to all those storylines. And then you have the Padres triumphant in Milwaukee. Goodness gracious. What a showing by Dylan Cease. And all the while on the back burner, we found out we've been fed a big load of horse manure to start the season. Yes, welcome. It's Big Reds TV and Fletch.
That was brilliantly done. Brilliantly done.
Jeez.
Man.
So passed along this morning by the fearless Fletch, we get an update from Awful Announcing, and there's an article online. If you want to go check it out, it was posted about 13 hours ago. Basically, Diamond Sports Group and the Padres struck a back office deal where about $80 million was given to the Pods to shut up about all of this. Hey, you're not paying us stuff. And the Padres kind of went to the public. CEO Eric Grupner, cried poverty over all of this. The fact that the regional sports network, Bally Sports San Diego, wasn't paying the Padres anymore, and said, look, we got to make some hard decisions here. Got to slash some payroll, and we fell on some hard times, gang. We're like pulling out change from the couch, and we're just trying to pay our players.
Yeah.
And meanwhile,
we want to eat. We're eating Little Caesars, $5 hot and readies. That's it. That's all we can do.
We're getting lead Lunchables. That's all we have. That's all we have left.
Sorry.
Yeah. We're going to be flying Southwest and Spirit. In fact, we're all smoking American Spirits. We hung up the Marlboros. We were kind of told like, hey guys, we got the raw end of the stick here. This is a crummy deal. And so chapter 11 for Sinclair Broadcasting, the Diamond Sports Group that owns Bally Sports. And so we're not going to be able to pay for Juan Soto. He's off in New York with the Yankees now. Meanwhile,
too rich for our blood.
Meanwhile,
$78 million.
Meanwhile,
no big deal.
Just a cool 78 milli.
So you guys want to do some math real quick? So $78 million that just comes to the Padres, and then the $30 million that the Padres are saving by not going through arbitration with Juan Soto. That is, what's that? $108 million. But yet the difference between last year's payroll and this year's payroll is pretty close to $108 million.
Right. Yeah.
Huh.
So it turns out
I want to overreact to this. Like, I don't want to get super pissed off in the morning. Like, the Padres have been really good to start the season. Like, I think we're all really impressed with what they've done so far this year with this group.
But those two things can live in their own given category.
Yeah. What the hell are we doing here? What were all the lies that we were told from the Padres? Or like, I can't wait to talk to Kevin. We have him early this morning. He's at 6:30 local time, and then we'll replay some of it in the 8 o'clock hour. But Kevin, I what were we told this offseason?
I know, but does any of this shock you?
Not at all.
I mean, this is just like, that's what I thought.
But
that's what I thought.
Number one thing I heard when I would ask like people in the media, why are the Padres doing this? Why are they going to have this massive discrepancy between last year's pay and this year's pay? Why are they not going to replace some of this roster with the money saved from Juan Soto? And every time it went back to the TV deal. But they've had this money for a while now.
No offense, but this is the naivety that I was cautioning you.
Sorry, guys, I'm super into skateboarding.
Yeah, all of a sudden, skateboarding has taken center stage.
Yeah,
that is electric. Yeah. What we're watching on the screen right now.
I don't know how to explain.
Oh, dude, I've seen that girl before.
Yeah.
What? Where?
Well, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
Is she wearing like
a jersey?
Just the like Lululemon pants and the sports
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and a headband.
She's been going viral on TikTok recently because of how good she is at skateboarding.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly
exactly
to the skateboarding.
Yeah.
So anyways, back to the Padres.
Kind of Brett Michaels, by the way.
Yeah, actually there is a Brett Michaels vibe, which I'm
also into.
Turns out I'm very into that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just a sexy boy. All right. So check this out. This is the naivety that I was cautioning against when this story first came out. And I said at the time, listen very carefully to me. This is just an excuse. This is a reason to fleece people. You're increasing ticket prices by 20%. And honestly, fleece is probably too strong of a word because the Padres aren't doing anything wrong necessarily. They're a business. The San Diego Padres are trying to make money as a business. And guess what? Pocketing $80 million by going to a judge, a federal judge, and seeking arbitration and finding a way to get a make good deal on a bad thing that happened to you, all of that is 100% on the up and up from a business standpoint. 100%.
I agree.
So they get awarded $80 million quietly, confidentially in this back office deal. And meanwhile, the public-facing arm of the Padres are telling the general public, because Diamond Sports Group is going under, we're going to struggle a little bit here financially. Well, so what does that do? It gives you a perfect excuse to slash payroll. What does slashing payroll do? It puts more money in your pocket because it's money that's not leaving the front door of your building, or really the side door of your building, before you start welcoming in all the gate money you're going to get from, season ticket holders and single day ticket purchases and concessions and all the things that come with hosting 81 days during a baseball season.
Right.
So all of that makes perfect sense from a business standpoint. But I cautioned everybody when the story came out, listen to me, this is an excuse. This is an excuse to make more money. And I was told by several people, not just you, Fletch, but by several people, oh no, this is baloney. No, they're fighting for their lives out there. I
said multiple times, they're going to spend the money that they saved with Juan Soto leaving. They're going to bring in a bat and arm and some other pieces, with not via trade like they did with Dylan Cease. Yeah. They're going to spend some money in free agency to bring in some additional pieces to make up that $30 million that they're saving. Otherwise, why the hell would you trade Juan Soto in the first place?
To make more money.
Yeah, it turns out Peter Seidler was the buffer. Peter Seidler was the block in all of this, saying, hey, look, we want to bring a championship here to this town. That's what's important to me. That's what's important to San Diego. Let's figure out a way to do it. If we make a little less money for a few years, that's what it's going to be. We're going to figure it out one way or another. And then when we do bring a championship, we're going to make even more money. Trust me, guys, the city needs this. He passes away, and then the people below that went, all right, let's get back to making money.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly correct. You pretty much nailed it in 3 sentences there. I'm going to read a couple more sentences. This from Awful Announcing, like I said, posted about 14 hours ago. The bankrupt regional sports channel network Bally Sports agreed last year to pay as much as $78.9 million to the San Diego Padres for ceasing payments on their contract, according to a copy of the then confidential agreement, meaning nobody here, nobody anywhere knew this happened. Included an exhibit in a motion for the federal judge overseeing the case to approve it, blah, blah, blah. The Padres were one of the 2 Major League Baseball teams that Bally Sports terminated their regional sports network contracts through Chapter 11, which parent Diamond Sports Group filed in March of 2023 after years of losses from cord-cutting acquisition debt. So basically what happened was this regional sports network said, hey, we're filing Chapter 11. We can't pay you. And the Padres went, whoa. Not so fast. Are you kidding me? So they went to a judge, and a federal judge helped them arbitrate their differences and quietly have Diamond Sports Group pay the Padres nearly $80 million. And so the Padres, you go your way, and Diamond Sports Group, you go your way. And we're going to just call it good because no further litigation can come of this from this moment moving forward. And so the Padres, again, went to the public and said, yeah, look at this situation. Like we're screwed. We're ass up over here. It's just, we're what can we say? I mean, geez, we're losing our hat. We're not
sure.
Keep
our heads above water.
Yeah, I mean, we're treading. We're swimming against a strong current over here.
How much are we selling Dippin' Dots for?
Yeah, might have to up that price.
Yeah.
A Cerveza Más Fina going to be a little bit more expensive this year. Meanwhile, there was this deal happening unbeknownst to all of us, and they were confidentially reached an agreement to be paid $80 million. So, look, do I love this story? No. Is it our responsibility to pass this along to listeners and have you guys, do with it what you want? Yeah, I think it is because, this story is a lot harder to find than the fact that Dylan Cease pitched a gem in Milwaukee yesterday. That's front and center on Padres.com.
Well, if you're looking at the value of your ticket from last season, it's a better value this year. I mean, you're seeing wins here at home. We didn't see those last season. So there's a problem now that is angry as you could be, or as upset, or maybe disheartened by, oh, okay, great, we're just getting screwed here as fans. They are providing a better product.
It's true.
And I think what really sucks, guys, is today could have been us jumping on air. First thing, the open hits, that's the Frontier music. Big Rich is like shooting his finger pistols, and he's going, hey, welcome in. This is the show, blah, blah, blah. Could have been, oh, hey, late in Dylan Cease's start yesterday, he waved off Mike Schilt when he was coming out to get him, and then gets his 7th strikeout of the night. Oh, hey, Ha-Seong Kim opens up the game with a 3-run home run. The Padres jump on the board early and take out Wade Miley, who's been a very good starter over the last few years. Like, all these things could have been the headline stories of the day, and I think to a certain extent they still are. But instead, we're talking about money again in baseball, which is the most annoying thing to talk about in baseball because none of it really makes all that much sense. We know that 3 teams spend a ton of money. Everybody else spends a little bit of money. Then they give their fan bases hope every once in a while. And then when that hope doesn't really pan out and the season ends in a burning fireball like last year, they just rip it all out. And I think that's what this is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's this is just, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for.
At least we're not the A's.
That is very true. Or the Mets.
Yeah.
I mean, there's worse places to be. And look, winning fixes everything. Winning fixes everything. So if they continue to be on a streak here, this isn't going to be talked about.
No. Look, here's the reality of the situation. If you're a Padres fan, you can feel good about the team and hate what the ownership is doing. Chargers
sounds familiar.
Chargers fans did that for years. The Chargers fans, that's all they did. Do you think anybody was thrilled with the Spanos family when they were here in San Diego? I know how everybody feels about the Spanos family now that they've moved the team to Los Angeles here in San Diego. But like when they were here, it wasn't much better. It's not like they were the warm and cuddly Spanos family. No, people put these things in separate boxes. They had interest and they had awareness at the same time. Their interest was in the Chargers, but their awareness was that the ownership was going to cheap out on certain things.
Right.
And they weren't going to help the product along in certain ways.
The stadium's going to leak on you like a little bit.
Yeah, just a little
Maybe
bit.
a couple pieces of falling concrete every once in a while.
But the Chargers, the players, Phillip Rivers,
Rich Orenberger.
Yeah, sure. We're going to go Antonio Gates, the stars out there on the field. They're going to do their thing. And so that's the reality of this situation now with the Padres is Peter Seidler's gone. And that spirit of we will spend until we win a championship, it has left the building with him.
Yeah.
And so what we're left with is a team that is going to outwardly tell you that they are struggling financially. Meanwhile, they're going to cut a deal quietly in this room with the broadcast network that they're blaming for walking away with the entire bag. And they're going to cut payroll and they're going to increase your season ticket prices. And then as a result, you are going to be left to have lower your expectations.
Yeah, which I was going to say, by the way, the Padres, I think, did as much cutting they could this season without having massive backlash. So they did as much as they could. So get ready, win or lose. Padres win a World Series. They're cutting again next season.
Oh, there's almost no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. I mean, so I mean, it's just be prepared, everyone, because it's going to continue to happen.
Yep. So I guess we'll put that box on the shelf, and that's where that'll remain. And you have that awareness now. And now let's get to the interesting part, which was Dylan Cease is on this absolute tear as a starting pitcher. And he pitched another gem last night, 110 pitches thrown, durable. 7 strikeouts. He was throwing heat all the way into the 6th inning.
Waves off the manager as Mike Schilt was about to come out to take him out of the game. And then what does he do after he waves him off? Throws his 7th K of the game.
Yeah.
By the way, is Scorpio playing first base for the Brewers? Doesn't this guy do?
Unbelievable. Gary Sanchez.
God, it was amazing.
Jeez.
Now, Jake Cronenworth doesn't start yesterday because of that tightness that Kevin Acee talked about a couple days ago in his article, tightness in the calf. So Jake Cronenworth might be on the shelf. Who knows how long that's going to be? We'll ask Kevin about it.
Weird. I also have tightness in my calf. I don't know if it was from, me stumbling at Albertsons over the weekend or what.
You're just getting out of bed.
It could be that. It was hurting yesterday. So I'm pretty much on the same page as Cronenworth. Like, I'm an athlete.
You are. We've always said that about you.
You need the scooter?
Yeah, actually,
Not yet. I'm still. I don't need it. I can still hobble around. Yeah.
Well, thank God. The question is, after the Brewers series, are you going to be ready for the Blue Jays coming into town? That's my question to you.
Hell yeah.
Okay, well, you and Cronenworth both, hopefully.
So Padres have an opportunity
I'll play through the
today to get their first sweep of the season. They've officially now won 3 straight series.
Correct.
Which,
Wow.
that's what I'm kind of saying. All the Padres positives are here, man. Like, we have our wish. This is what we want to talk about, and then this crap comes up.
3 wins in a row. 3 series wins in a row.
That's a streak.
Yeah, we're streaking. We're streaking here in San Diego. By the way, speaking of streaks, Manny Machado increases his hitting streak to 10 games.
Wow.
So now that is the longest streak he's been on since an 11-game streak back in August of 2022. So Manny's on fuego all of a sudden.
Years, man.
Yeah. Look, here's the beautiful thing about sports is the players oftentimes have no awareness or consideration or care for what is happening at the ownership level. And frankly, what's happening at the fan level. Like you kind of put yourself in a bubble. I experienced this life. When you're in the locker room, all the things that we think are important to us are, I promise you, not very important to players. They're doing a job. They're doing the best job they can, and they're not necessarily doing it for you or me or anybody watching at home. They're doing it for themselves. They're doing it for their families who are watching at home, for the brothers in that clubhouse or the locker room. The consideration is a hyper focus. You don't have this broad field of view where you see, oh my goodness, $80 million from Diamond Sports Group. And oh my goodness, what are the fans saying about us early this season? And oh my goodness, 20% on season ticket prices? Huh? Yeah. No, you're like, gosh, you know what? I'm seeing the slider better this year. I mean, last year I couldn't pick it up, but this year I don't know if it's the spin or like coming out of the pitcher's hand, but man, I'm just really seeing it.
But you say that, but last year weren't we kind of led to believe that Bob Melvin and AJ Preller, whatever disconnect there was a big part of the reason why the team was a failure?
Were we led to believe that?
Yeah,
I would say so. Yeah, because, well, at least at the time when they were letting Bob Melvin go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we were led to believe.
Well, here, and that's
but that's going to be anything. Any decision that's ever made, they're going to give their reason for it. I mean, that's how it goes in your life as well.
Yeah, it all feels yucky. Well, that's what it feels like to me.
Well, it's just, look, it's very naive to believe everything you read. All right, look, it's just the same exact conversation we were having a year ago, literally a year ago, the start of the season or the offseason last year when all this came up. And I was just waving the cautionary flag saying, hey, I don't think you should be believing everything we're reading right now about all of this stuff. I think there's more to this story. And here we are now. Look, it's just, this is the reality of business. Sports are a business. So if you're looking at this through the lens of, gosh, these guys just care so much about winning, you are missing you know what they care about? And again, this isn't a bad thing because it's what keeps the lights on at 30 ballparks around the country. It's about money. And so if you make it simple, if you realize the money people are thinking about the money, and the exceptional people like Peter Seidler are obviously concerned about other things. I mean, he is a unicorn in all this. And the players are thinking about the sport. Somewhere in between, the fans sort of fit into their place. Like,
I'm sorry.
But I was just going to say, somewhere in between, the fans fit into their place. And that's how this whole thing is organized. But trust me when I tell you, the business people, the money people, their only concern is making money.
Yeah, it's just that the problem is you feel burned because you were told something different the whole way. And you knew it wasn't right. But then once you finally uncover it, you go, you SOB.
Yeah, well,
we got a couple texts here that I think are good to add to the conversation. 858, if they spend all of that money this year, they'd be right back in the same situation next year. Maybe that's the case, but I feel like the people were telling us, and by the people, I mean the people in the front office of the Padres, were telling us that they didn't have any money, and I think that was a lie. 386, Padres lying, cheating, and stealing. They finally become a real franchise. I'm happy with their trickery.
Yes.
I mean, it's look, I think you could look at this through the lens of how you should look at sports owners across the country. It's no different here in San Diego now. Their aim, I promise you, is to make as much money as possible doing what they did a year ago. And what's a good way to do that? Try to do better than you did a year ago and spend less money.
Yeah.
And guess what? So far, so good.
Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it.
Well, Richie, you know what we're doing?
What's that?
You and me?
What's that?
Prize Picks.
Making money
all day long.
Damn right.
How'd you do on NBA last night?
You know what? I didn't even look. I'm going to open up the Prize Pick app right now.
Wow.
What a luxury.
Wow.
Completely forgot that I placed an entry yesterday. But you know what? What a fun surprise it is going through.
Well,
right
maybe
now.
not, because I believe
Hang
you
on.
took more than on LeBron James, and he only scored 23.
And okay, yes, I did not hit on that. I did not win that entry. Yeah, I had more than 26.5 on LeBron James and Steph Curry. I had more than points, rebounds, and assists, 39.5. But guess what? Is that going to stop me from placing an entry that I may or may not forget that I placed tonight?
Well, you know what?
Nope.
You know what losing on Prize Picks reminds you of?
What?
How easy it is to win on Prize Picks. Because if you just would have switched that, if you just would have gone less than on those, you would have won.
By the way, 8 entries won so far on my app, $303 awarded to old Tricky Dicky Ornberger on the
You'll
Prize
catch
Picks
up.
app.
I'm only at around 1,500.
You son of a what? Is that an
Wow.
accurate number?
Use
Jeez.
Prize Picks today.
Mhm.
Download the app. Use promo code DOGS, DOGS, as in roadies, dogs, hangers, bangers. And you're going to get a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks makes sports so much more fun to watch, whether you're watching darts, whether you're watching basketball, whether you're watching a Padres game. Prize Picks gets you into the action. And right now, that special announcement, promo code DOGS, gets you a first deposit match up to $100. That's another $100 you get to play with.
It's dogs, DOGS.
DOGS.
Okay.
DOGS.
I just spelled that out.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
When I said as in
wasn't here.
roadies,
I
hangers,
was
dogs, bangers.
watching skateboarding.
We were just making sure you didn't say Doug's, like like
I
the
didn't,
name.
didn't want a W in there. is
Oh
all.
no, Dogs. So check this out. You get your first deposit doubled up to $100 if you sign up with Prize Picks and you put in promo code DOGS. That's exactly what I did, and exactly what we were just talking about happened to me. I started placing entries. I started winning multiple times the amount of money that I put in on these entries, and I am having a blast doing it. Prize Picks is the easiest, the fastest, and the number one sports daily fantasy sports app right now on the planet.
3 million active members. They also offer weekly promotions. Today is Wednesday, but yesterday was Taco Tuesday. Richie should have gotten in on that. And then Friday is going to be Flex Friday. They're offering those weekly promotions and special offers for the biggest moments in sports, the biggest discounts in sports. Download the app today. Use code DOGS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code DOGS on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So check it out. I am now in the car market. So I've been out shopping for cars, and I get it. I get what a pain it is to try to dig up the car you're looking for and then go through the hassle of going to the dealer where you're there for hours and hours and hours. And then you don't even get the deal you're looking for, so you leave without a car. That doesn't happen at North County Cadillac GMC. Because look, if you're just even considering a new vehicle, stop by see my friend Jamie over there, the GM at North County Cadillac GMC. Not only do they have exceptional savings on new Cadillac and GMC models like the Sierra 1500, Yukon, and Cadillac Lyric, but they can also help you get a great deal on pre-owned vehicles, and they're going to take care of you. I mean, it's going to be the smoothest transaction you've ever had in your life, especially for a car. And look, I'm not the only one saying that the North County Cadillac GMC is a fantastic place to go. Listen to some of these reviews. I had the best saleswoman, Yasmin. I was in and out with no hassle. Yasmin was very knowledgeable about the vehicle I purchased. Also, the manager and finance person were also great. I will be back in the future, and I will tell my friends and family. That's from Fonzie. Or this one here. Brought my truck in for basics, always received excellent service. Larry is my service advisor, and I can't be happier with his thoroughness and professionalism. Look, Larry's also my service advisor. I take my truck to North County Cadillac GMC to get serviced. Larry takes care of me. They treat you like family. They make your day easy. They make your life easy. And there's a reason why North County Cadillac GMC was voted San Diego's best domestic auto dealer in the San Diego Union Tribune Readers Poll. Experience the difference for yourself. Stop by North County Cadillac GMC in the heart of the Escondido Auto Mall today. North County Cadillac GMC, exceeding your expectations every time.
This update is presented by Albertsons and Vons. Kevin Acey coming up next. Talk about these Padres who are rolling. They beat the Brewers last night in Milwaukee 6-3 behind a solid start from Dylan Cease and an early homer from Ha-Seong Kim. NBA play-in tournament got going yesterday in the West. Lakers get a 110-106 win over the Pelicans, locking the Lakers into the actual playoffs as the 7 seed. Lakers get the Nuggets in a 7-game series starting on Saturday. Then the Kings ended the Warriors season with a 118-94 win. Kings play the Pelicans on Friday to determine who gets into the playoffs. Save with hot digital deals at Vons and Albertsons. Right now, get 17-ounce sparkling ice selected varieties for just 32 cents each. Limit 24 or 1 pound of fresh strawberries for $1.97 with digital coupons on Vons or Albertsons.com.
Yeah, Kevin Acey going to be joining us here in just a minute or so as we get things dialed in. We got a pair of tickets to the Lakeside Rodeo to give away. That's happening April 25th through the 28th at the Lakeside Rodeo Grounds. If you're looking to buy tickets, lakesiderodeo.com. You can also win a pair of tickets to the Indoor Football League San Diego Strike Force. Hard hits, a ton of fun for families and friends. That is happening Sunday, April 28th against the Bay Area Panthers. SDStrikeforce.com for tickets and info there, or keep it locked in here.
Yeah, so we will be joined by Kevin Acey. We got him on the line. All right, cool. Our Padres insider, Kevin Acey, jumping on with us right here. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Do you have the open ready to fire?
We already played it, bro. We done did it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing the damn thing. Kev, good morning out in Milwaukee. Want to get to something real quick off the top here. Normally, we're not the show that is going to dig in, pull our sleeves up, and pull out all the wiring and really talk a business of sports, but we got to. there was an article released in the waning hours of the day yesterday on Awful Announcing, kind of giving some details that we didn't know about this regional sports network agreement, or I should say the agreement struck between the regional sports network, Bally Sports, and the Padres, because it was, I guess, demarcated as confidential at the time, and now it's not. Now we have an awareness of what happened. So nearly $80 million awarded to the Padres in this this confidential agreement. I don't know if that payment has been remitted. I don't know if the Padres are cashing those checks yet or how that's all going. But we were told that the Padres kind of got the bad end of the stick here. Payroll cuts were coming because they got to make right on all the monies they lost. And this sort of feels like one of those little, I don't know, details of the story that was skipped on telling the general public and the Padres fans is they're paying 20% more in season tickets. And it feels like this is something maybe Padres fans should have been aware of during that time. What is your reaction so far to this developing story?
Well, just quick math for me, because I have not reported on this, and I'm covering the team, but yeah, this is significant in that you don't scoff at $80 million. However, the Padres lost this contract with Bally originally ran between till 2000 through 2032. All right. So if you take 23 and they got backed up by MLB, but let's just say it's 24 through 32. And so 9 years at an average of $50 million. This is a fraction of what the Padres lost.
Yeah, but hang on. That we're talking about money that they wouldn't have seen though until those future dates.
But we don't know some other things. And again, right now, what we're going to do is just kind of speculate, but kind of go over some of the questions that have to be asked if we're going to kind of break it down the way that you want to, which is, hey, did the Padres pull a fast one? Or, hey, could the Padres have done better? So we don't know how the structure of the payment. When are they getting this $80 million? Padres don't operate I'll use a Mike Schilt term, in a silo. They don't operate in, this money is for this year. They operate in a 3 to 5 year business plan. And I mean, when you take, let's call it $450 million, and you take 80 million, there's a gigantic difference there.
Yeah.
And so I get it. Maybe, upfront money, hey, there's a whole lot of stuff, right? That goes into that. But this is not insignificant, but I think to compare it to what they lost, I just, maybe they got a little more. Look, even if you divide 100 million by 2, they lost money. Now, did they lose nearly as much if somebody wrote them a $78 million check, which we don't know, and personally I doubt. Then yeah, okay, I guess the hit they took in 2023, 24 isn't as bad. Okay, but we don't know the terms of this.
Kevin, any chance the terms are $1 a year for 80 million years?
No, because only the Dodgers are allowed to stretch out gigantic payments over an extended period of time.
One more for you here as you're getting ready to write stories. So check this out. Jackson Farrell Merrill, I know you like that one and you're trying to work that one in, but hear me out here when you're talking about the pitching staff. Here's coming in to wrap things up, and the Guac 8 Extra, Johnny Supreme Burrito.
Yeah, well, he didn't get the last 2 outs.
I know. I'm just saying, like
one thing.
But like when you could use it, though.
Yeah. This one could be like a back pocket thing, like Farrell Merrill. I mean, he's a wild man out there, but Supreme Burrito, or maybe even Johnny California Burrito.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. That too.
So a couple carne asada.
Like the carne asada.
Yeah. The Farrell Merrill thing, I've been thinking about it more than I should have. But the deal is, like, it's kind of the opposite, right? Like, I know where you guys are going, but kind of the cool thing about Jackson Merrill is that he's under control. Like, he came in as a rookie, and oftentimes maybe that does have you playing a little bit outside of your ability or out of control. And Jackson Merrill's kind of strength has been that he's in control.
But see, that's what I'm saying. He could snap at any time and scratch your eyes out.
Good point. It's a good point. Can't trust him. Really, not yet. We don't even.
We don't even know.
Wow. Yeah. You guys, you need to be reasonable when we talk like this.
Huh?
Jesus.
Wow, are you okay, Kev? You sound down, buddy.
Well, Kevin called me a really mean name last night.
Is that your go-to?
Yeah.
Like when someone is talking reason, like, hey, what's the matter with you?
No.
Hey, are you okay? Hey, I didn't mean any offense by it.
No.
You're projecting. You're projecting.
Yeah, we're concerned. We're not upset. We're concerned.
I'll be honest, guys. I texted Kevin last night, and he jumped right down my throat because at the time of night I texted him, it was right after the Padres game, and he responded very quickly and very rudely. And Kev, we'll have words about that later. But Dylan Cease, would you say, as of right now, Dylan Cease is the Padres ace?
Is that the guy that you think right now? What are we? 4 times through the rotation? Well, 3 times through the rotation. That he's that guy? Yes, the guy who is going to go out and. All right, we're going to get 6, and we're going to be in this game for sure. Yeah, that's what Dylan Cease is right now. What Joe Musgrove did the other night was classic Joe. Not like where, 6 and 4 or like, oh, hey, that's cool, you gave us some innings. Like the guy locked it down when I would have said, when was it? Was it the first, whatever it was? They were down 3-0 after 2, and he was missing by a lot. Like, I mean, this wasn't like, he's there. He's just kind of got it. He was missing by a lot with pitches, and boom, next thing we know, it's 6 and 3. The last 4 innings, he didn't give him anything. That was really good. That was really good. Yu Darvish is the guy that I think you should be looking forward to his next start here. I believe Friday or Saturday. I mean, and saying, okay, where's you going? Because the fact is, I want to say like they're not a playoff contender if they don't have all 3 of these guys going, but like for them to be a championship contender, they need all 3 of these guys going.
Kevin Acee joining us, our Padres insider here on San Diego Sports 760. Most important question we'll save for last, I assume here. You are staying in Milwaukee a couple nights, I assume, at the team hotel. Have you experienced any hauntings this week at the Pfister Hotel?
I haven't. I've only driven past it. I do not stay at the team hotel unless they stay at mine. And for them to stay at mine, which is how I look at it, because it's beneath them to stay at mine, because it's CBA says they need to stay in like 5-star hotels if available. And there are some cities where it is not, like Cincinnati. And then they stay in my hotel, and that would be something that is in the Marriott brand.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough. Okay.
I didn't know the Holiday Express was Marriott brand.
If it were, then perhaps I would stay there. Because, if I'm going to get points for it, I'm there.
Dylan, you never cease to amaze me. You
guys are getting closer.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
This is like a headline.
All right.
Like you guys are getting closer. And honestly, if Farrell Merrill made any sense and wasn't actually stupid, then I probably would use it like in like a little what we call a subhead, right? Like in my notebook or in my hear me out, guys. Don't just get your feelings hurt. You gotta hear it.
No. Dude, we worked hard on it. It's fine. Yeah.
If it made any sense, like whatsoever, if it wasn't like one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, I would probably use it. But so like you're now with the Cease thing, now you're getting there. So like let's not focus on how asinine Farrell Merrill is. Let's try to be constructive.
Like the more you say Farrell Merrill, the better it sounds. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, before we let you go,
right.
And something that we don't like doing, I don't know if that feeling is requited, but you said something about GRE. We are your GREs yesterday.
Last week.
Last week. Excuse me. Last time we spoke. What is a GRE?
Well, it's a term that I made up because it was the first 3 letters I thought of.
Oh, and that was so. That's it. Wait.
I mean, like Can we
I
have
will
can we
say
have
this.
one of the words to try to unlock this puzzle?
Yeah.
I will say this. I did learn a new acronym this week, and it was BBL.
Yeah. Oh, Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did. You should have seen me in there when Tatis was talking about it, and he's all, yeah, these guys. He said, I got a BBL, and
Wow.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I acted like it was loud in there. I was like, what? You know what? Well, you got a what? He goes, a BBL. Like it's something like BFF, like we use every day. And you should have seen me, like the 53-year-old guy there, like just acting like I knew. I was like, oh, and then I Googled it, found out what it was.
Yeah.
And he hasn't stopped Googling it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, he has now worn out his web browser.
Wait, so are you confirming
No,
here?
Like, is this something that people go around talking about? Am I really that out of touch? People are like, oh yeah, BBL. Like,
Well, I mean, if it comes up, I guess we would have a lengthy discussion. Are you saying that the Tatis went and had a Brazilian butt lift?
you guys heard about this, right?
Yeah, the fans were saying that he has a BBL.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if we were confirming that here with Kevin Acee.
Oh my God! Don't be. Hey,
What?
Don't do that.
We're trying to break
I got
stories.
enough trouble with people saying I said something or wrote something that I didn't really say or write.
Well, I'll tell you
I
one
don't
thing.
know.
You still can write. There's still time. Just subheading. We learned a new word too. Subheading about Jackson Merrill.
God, it's good.
Yeah,
real good.
Can't wait to see that in print. Hey, Kev, we appreciate it, buddy. We know you got to run.
We still don't know what GRE means.
Oh, yeah, he didn't even give us a clue. Well, I guess some things, we'll have to wait. Some of the best things in the world you have to wait for, don't you?
You do.
Yeah.
I mean, I will confirm that.
We love you, Kevin.
Yeah, love you, Kev.
You guys are kind of growing on me too.
What? Come on, that's pretty good.
Wow, there it is.
Thank you, Kevin.
You know what I call that?
See ya.
I call that process.
Yeah.
Or progress, rather. I'm exhausted. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, okay, we learned a couple of things there, and the breaking story last night that we discussed to start the show, we have a couple more little Easter eggs to discuss about it, thanks to Kevin Acee, so we'll get to those on the other side. It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, but first, before we run, got to talk to you about my feet.
Speaking of running.
Yeah, been doing plenty of that lately. Actually, I have been spending a lot of time on my feet this week. It's been a busy week to start off, and I am so grateful that I have these Good Feet Store arch supports in my shoes. I'm currently wearing them in these shoes that I'm wearing right now. I really always try to make sure that they're in my shoes every single day, but especially whenever you're wearing these flat-soled shoes that don't give you a lot of support, because oftentimes your feet tire out more, which means that you're walking funny, which means that now your lower body joints are going through more, right? Your knees, your hips, your lower back, especially for me, that was a chief concern when I went to the Good Feet Store for the first time, all the pain in my lower back after my NFL playing career. So the Good Feet Store, they put these arch supports in your shoes. You try before you buy. It's a free fitting process. If they're not for you, that's fine. You can walk out of there, no commitment. But if you like them, after you try them for the first time in the store, walk around in them for a week, they'll call you. They reach out to you and they say, hey, how's it going? And for me, it was very obvious immediately that it was going very well. I was feeling so much better. I was walking around not experiencing as much pain as I was walking around in the first place. And then the benefits, they kind of seep into you. Like all of a sudden you realize you wake up a month later without back pain, or you realize you wake up a month later and like that knee that was really bothering me, the pain has faded away. I had a hip. I was about to go in for an MRI to get that checked out. I canceled the appointment because I don't need the MRI appointment anymore because I found something that really works. And I'm hoping that for everybody out there listening, these are FSA, HSA compliant. When you buy Good Feet Store, you buy local because all of the arch supports are made in a manufacturing plant right here in Carlsbad. So why are you waiting? If you're in pain, especially any pain in your lower body, low back, hips, knees, foot, ankle pain, go to the Good Feet Store today. Find your nearest location at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com. Coming up next, the Padres, the Bally Sports deal, a new wrinkle in the conversation on the other side.
Hey, it's Fletch for SDFatLoss.com. Look, if you're looking to make a change here in 2024, you got to get on over to SDFatLoss.com. If it's been a while and you started putting on the pounds and it's really become a bad habit for you, just get on over to SDFatLoss.com today. Make the change in your life. Wayne and Chloe have helped us each lose over 35 pounds. Myself, I'm up over 45 pounds, and I've been holding that weight off from this summer where I was 278 pounds. I'm down in the low 240s now, and I'm happy every morning when I walk on the scale. So if you're looking to make a change here in 2024, especially as the summer months are just in front of us, get on over to SDFatLoss.com today. You could be looking better by the pool as early as a couple weeks from now. I mean, it works quick. The three of us were losing a tremendous amount of weight within the first couple weeks. So get on over to SDFatLoss.com today. If you mention Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, you're going to get $200 off the program. So if you've been listening to us for a while talk about this and talking about our successes with SDFatLoss.com, but you haven't pulled the trigger yet, now is the time to do so. This $200 offer will be going away soon. So get on over to SDFatLoss.com today. Wayne and Chloe will set you up with a roadmap that will kind of take over your life for the next couple months. And then in 2 months' time, you could be looking at a whole new you every single morning when you wake up and look in the mirror, and just do it the natural way with SDFatLoss.com, because there's no drugs, there's no prescriptions, there's no exercising. It is just you and the roadmap and the diet that Wayne and Chloe will lay out for you at SDFatLoss.com. The consultation is free. All you got to lose is those unwanted pounds.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, we are going to get back into this Padres story with a little more info from Kevin Acee, who, by the way, really fun catching up with him, but I got to admit, seemed a little salty this morning.
Yeah, it's like he seemed a little down to me, a little down the dumps.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, you think Milwaukee's got him down?
It could be.
Maybe that was a ghost who has taken over Kevin Acee's body.
Could be.
We are worried. That's all we can do.
Right.
Like concerned. You're concerned.
Right.
We mentioned those things to him. If you missed the lead story today, though, the Padres apparently struck a confidential deal with Bally Sports, with the regional sports network that was ran by Diamond Sports Group. They originally had what AC was discussing as a 10-year deal, and it was going to pay them all sorts of money. And obviously they miss out on a lot of those future profits, but there was a settlement, and it's a settlement that we weren't aware of. And yes, the Padres are making less than they were, we presume, but we don't know exactly how much they're making. So there's a lot of questions that still need to be answered. We'll discuss this a little bit further on the other side, and maybe we'll play back some of that Kevin Acee sound discussing this very story. But before we run, I want to talk to you guys about my dentist, my doctor, Dr. Jordan Colby, really a miracle worker. This guy, he can turn whatever situation you have from a dental situation into a huge positive. And that's what happened with me. I needed a tooth extracted. I needed 3 implants put in. I was told by my former dentist this was going to be an 18-month process. With Dr. Jordan Colby, it only took 3 months. But that's not all he does. His specialty obviously is dentistry and oral surgery, but if you need a teeth cleaning or if your family or your kids need to see a dentist, he's incredible. He's got a big family. He's a family man. He runs his office like a family. It's a super comfortable place to go to. He is my family's dentist now, and he should be for you as well. So if you're interested in making a change, even if you haven't even thought about it, right? Because oftentimes you only think about the dentist when you absolutely need to go to, but oceanviewdental.net, you can see the work that he's done, transforming smiles in a single day with those more extensive dental work situations I was talking about, or just happy customers all over the place. That's oceanviewdental.net, oceanviewdental.net.
This update is presented by TacoTimeCalifornia.com. Padres roll in as they beat the Brewers last night in Milwaukee 6-3 behind a solid start from Dylan Cease and an early home run from Ha-Seong Kim. Padres have now won 3 straight series. Morning baseball today, 10:10 a.m. first pitch against the Brewers. They look for the sweep. Day off tomorrow before they head back home to take on the Blue Jays on Friday. NBA play-in tournament gets started yesterday in the West. The Lakers got a 110-106 win over the Pelicans, locking the Lakers into the actual playoffs as the 7th seed. Lakers now taking on the Denver Nuggets in a 7-game series starting on Saturday. Then the Sacramento Kings ended the Warriors season and potentially their dynasty. We'll get into that. With a 118-94 win, Kings will play the Pelicans on Friday to determine who gets into the playoffs. Eastern Conference playing games get started later this afternoon. In California, Taco Time is all the time. Visit TacoTimeCalifornia.com for a money-saving offer on beef plus delicious recipes for tacos, fajitas, taco salad, nachos, and more. Save on beef at TacoTimeCalifornia.com.
Happy Wednesday to all who celebrate. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you.
Come on now.
Happy Wednesday and happy hump day to y'all.
Mike. Come on now.
TD's really struggling, man. Did you see him walk?
Dude, I'm limping, man.
Yeah,
It's
what's
fine.
going on?
I don't know. My calf hurts for some reason. I have no idea why. I don't know what I did. Walked around.
You were fine Monday, Tuesday,
Yeah, it was yesterday. All of a sudden, my calf started hurting.
but your fall was on Saturday?
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah.
Late onset
Yeah,
fall syndrome. That's Doff's. You got Doff's.
I don't think anything
Old
to do-
man
I-
disease.
Yeah, I think that's all it is, really. I'm picking up dog crap or something and pulled a muscle.
You and Cronin were
That's right.
doing like almost essentially the exact same thing.
Basically.
He was trying to beat out a ground ball the first. You were picking up dog crap.
Yeah, it's fine.
Similar,
Fine.
maybe the same.
I'm an athlete, guys. You know me.
yeah, you get it.
Are you going to be okay for June 21st? Like, that's my date I'm looking forward to with my leg.
Listen, even if I have the problem, you won't know it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a professional.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's gonna play through the pain.
That's
No
right.
question about that.
You won't see any difference in my swing. I guarantee you that.
Hey, gotta shout out Brock Purdy, the San Francisco 49ers quarterback. Man's
Why do I feel like you're about to make fun of me?
No, stop
Guy's
it.
an American hero.
Dude, he apparently was doing a John Deere tractor shoot in San Francisco.
Like one does.
And a CBS reporter was somewhere near the set, and all attacked by a coyote. So he was like, everybody was watching it, nobody was saying anything. He said it looked like a dang wolf. And so he finally screamed out, "Hey, there's a coyote!" And then she turned around, saw the coyote, ran off, and he saved a woman's
He
life.
saved your life. Yeah. It would have been better if he would have dropped an anvil on the coyote or some dynamite or
And just-
acme. Yeah.
Just went meep meep.
and then took off. But some disrespect here after he saves the woman's life. On the broadcast later on, as she's talking about it, they have his face and name up on the board, and she spelled it Prudy.
Yeah. I think it was a gentleman named Jack Prudy saved my life.
I don't know. He plays for one of the minor league teams here, I think.
Yeah, he was just like third in MVP voting last
I've
year.
never
went to the
heard
Super
of him.
Bowl.
Yeah.
So funny.
I've never heard of him.
Rudy?
Prudy
That's
Jack.
she put up there.
I believe his name's Jack Prudy. He plays first base for the San Francisco Giants, I believe. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But yeah, Brock Purdy, dude, all around solid guys, it turns out.
What you laughing at?
Mama Fletch just said in the text of the day.
Oh, yeah?
She knows why your leg hurts.
What?
Oh,
What'd I
boy.
do?
8 laps yesterday.
Oh, you know what?
my gosh.
Oh my God. I think she's right.
Angela Fletcher, you're a genius.
Listen, I haven't used that much calf for a long time.
I'll tell you, dude,
8 laps.
yesterday was a record-setting day.
You're up to 2 today, both of them during the Kevin Acey interview.
Was it
Really?
me or him?
No, him.
Oh, wow. What
Why?
did he
I
do?
don't know if I want to make you take him, or I'll give you the scooter for the laps if you want.
I don't know. I'm a man.
Struggling, man.
I'm a man.
I just saw you walk to get coffee, and it took you like an hour.
Yeah, I started at 6. I made it there though.
I started at 6. He's been broadcasting from the hallway.
Got a headset on and just a long cable.
Dude, at some point we should do that too. We should just get a long, like, handheld mic and headset
And take it on a lap.
Yeah, just wrapping wires around the building.
But it doesn't surprise me that Brock Purdy's saving people's lives, even if they don't know who he is. He's like the anonymous superhero, you know? That's kind of what he was as the 49ers quarterback.
Well, anonymous, you mean because they don't know who he is?
They didn't know how to spell his name.
Well, he's Mr. Irrelevant.
He still gets no respect. I mean, this guy in his second year as a starting quarterback, he wins a Super Bowl.
No, he lost the Super Bowl.
Or excuse me.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
appears in the Super Bowl.
He said, well,
God, that sounded good coming off your tongue, though, didn't it?
He gets in these clutch moments and just chokes.
What? When?
While he was in the NFC Championship game, choked.
You mean his elbow got broken
Super
in half?
Bowl, choked. Yeah.
You mean Patrick Mahomes was great?
And by the way, what's he using a John Deere tractor for out in San Francisco?
Well, he's a harvester.
In San Francisco?
No, that's where they shot the commercial, but
I mean, maybe if he's...
I mean, they say that the moon landing was shot on the moon. It was probably shot in San Francisco.
You think it was shot in San Francisco?
I don't know.
I got to tell you, I'm happy with how the Padres are playing. Dylan Cease pitched a gem, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, walked 5, so he was a little loose there with how many batters got on, but he took care of business. He looked strong. He threw 110 pitches, which is a season high for him, and 3 quality starts so far this season. And look, I don't want to say he's the ace because there's still a lot of season left to play, but so far he is.
Yeah. When he waved off Mike Schultz, did Real American play?
Yeah. I am a real American. That's right, brother.
Fight for the rights of every man.
I'm staying on the mountain, Schulte.
Darnay Tripp had the best tweet about it. It was the side-by-side picture from UFC 300 of Alex Pereira waving off the ref after Alex Pereira got kicked in the nuts.
Oh, yeah.
And he waved off the ref and then continued to knock his opponent out. And that was Dylan Cease waving off Mike Schultz, being like, nah, I'm staying in.
Bink. Just a little uppercut to the elbow, finish this job off. And
does Mike Schultz come out and kick you right in the nuts? And that's how you know your time's done on the mound?
That's right.
That's 3.
That's right.
That's how men 3 laps.
That would be a hell of a way to finish up an outing. You would have a lot more starting pitchers like, no, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Complete game. It's like you've given up 6 runs in the first inning. Yeah, nah, I got designs to save this ball game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would increase your want, your will to fight and win.
How pathetic is Milwaukee's fan base too? A 10-4 team coming into this series. Now they're 10-6, but there's nobody in the crowd.
Pathetic losers out in Milwaukee.
It looked like Petco Park via 2010.
Yeah, well, now
maybe 2015,
losers.
16.
Losers. I really do like Milwaukee Brewers. I like the logo. I like the name Brewers. I think everything's cool about it. I mean, I want to see them lose.
Yeah.
But I do like the logo.
I think it's neat, man. I think they did a good job marketing that team. But yeah, look, fans may not be showing up there, but they're still showing up to Petco Park, even though the ticket prices have gone up, even though concessions are more expensive, even though it's more expensive to pay to park, even though they cut payroll by almost $100 million before this season. People are showing up in droves. And thank goodness the team is playing well. I mean, this is now a team that's 2 games over 500. This is a team where, really the expectations, I think, are a playoff-bound Padres team. And I think so far they look like a team where you could at very least see them making the wild card. The problem is all of a sudden you get a story like we saw today through Awful announcing that a confidential deal was struck between Bally Sports and the Padres worth somewhere to the tune of $80 million. And we were told them they were just hemorrhaging money this offseason. We're going to have to make some adjustments. And then all of a sudden we find out about this. Now, Kevin Acee, we talked to him just a little under an hour ago, and he said, hey, listen, we may not know the whole story. And hey, listen, maybe they missed out on a lot of money on this deal that we'll never really know about. And hey, listen, like that deal was supposed to be for 10 years and it gets truncated to, a settlement after, 1 year into the deal, okay? Well, that could be true too. but doesn't it feel like we weren't given all of the information?
Yeah. I also want to know how the confidential information was found out. Like, did somebody break into the office at night, have a flashlight in their mouth, and they were going through filing cabinets, and there was just a manila folder that says confidential across the front of it?
I would assume that's exactly how
That's what, I mean, that's what goes on in my head.
Like the Watergate
Yeah.
scandal.
What goes on in
They're
my
like,
head is
got
that,
him.
like, literally, I'm paying more money to watch the Padres play baseball this year. Like, I paid the $99 for the year-long subscription to MLB TV so I could watch Dawn and Mud in my house. And a lot of Padres fans did just that. So Padre fans are paying more. Like, the TV package isn't there. I get it, the Bally Sports package, but MLB is still paying the Padres something to broadcast these games. There's still ads that I'm watching during the Padres games.
Yeah.
So I just don't buy that this $100 million difference, and I think it's actually a little more than $100 million between last year's payroll of 255 and this year's payroll, which I think started the season down in the 130s. Like, you're losing me somewhere here, Padres.
So the Padres TV deal, by the way, I thought it was going away from channel 694 or whatever I'm watching it on DirecTV.
I think that still works because it works in here.
Yeah, it works for me.
But with me at home, I have to watch through the MLB.TV app, and I paid the $99 for the year-long subscription.
I thought that's what I had to do to watch the Padre games, but every time they're on, I'm like, I'll check the check. There it is.
Yeah.
How about that? So I don't know if that goes away at some point, like it's going to expire.
I guess. See, the other thing about all this is it was so simple and it's become so much more complicated over the past couple of years that I honestly think that has probably driven some more casual fans away from the product. So have there been losses? Yeah, I'm sure there have been some losses. Have the Padres struggled financially? I'm sure they have not. Like, I look, that the only reason why this business exists is because it's profitable. Now, I imagine Peter Seidler, with the amount of money that he was spending on payroll, was ruffling some feathers in that front office, because clearly, as soon as Peter was out of the equation, all of a sudden they stopped spending as much. So it felt to me like there was a driving force, and then that driving force left the equation, and all of a sudden it changed. The whole philosophy changed.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying that the results are going to be worse, because we don't know yet. But what I can tell you is that typically franchises that have a commitment to spending and increasing the value of the whole business by spending more money on the whole business have more success, and have classically had more success in Major League Baseball. I don't know if the market could sustain that level of spending for a very long time, but I do know that we were enjoying it very much while it was happening. And now we've been told that they are going through some hardships, and that there was going to be a little bit of a change in tone in all of this. But it also then, given this report, feels like we weren't given the full story.
Does it make you feel like the front office does not care about the fan? And that's why it ruffles feathers for the fans, because it feels like, well, no, they cut payroll because they want to put more money in their pocket and not see a championship come here. But I mean, is that the reason we're getting upset? Because at the moment, it looks better than last season.
Hey, that's a great question to ask fans and listeners right now. 70470. If you want to text the show, or if you want to leave a talk back on the free iHeartRadio app, it's a little microphone button next to the play button. Let us know what you think. So all of a sudden we find out that there was a confidential deal between Bally Sports and the Padres for $80 million. The Padres were awarded. We were told that they got the raw end of this deal and that they were losing all this money. And all of a sudden we find out about $80 million we didn't know about. So how do you feel as a fan knowing that they cut payroll the way they did and the way they've increased season ticket prices? That's 70470. Start your message with team if you want to weigh in that way, or use the talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. So the Padres are 11-9 with all this going on. Dylan Cease pitched a gem, 7 strikeouts, went 6 innings. He threw a season high 110 pitches. Machado extends his hitting streak to 10 games. Padres wrap up this road series in Milwaukee, 10-10 this morning. First pitch, Michael King will be on the mound for the Pods. Okay, out of the NBA, the play-in tournament last night, Lakers beat the Pelicans 110-106. Lakers now officially make the playoffs. Meanwhile, Golden State Warriors lose to the Sacramento Kings 118-94. So the Warriors have officially been bounced from the playoffs. It'll be the New Orleans Pelicans taking on the Kings Friday to decide who will be the 8th seed in the West. Coming up tonight out of the East, we've got the number 8 Heat heading to the Philadelphia 76ers. That's going to be a 4 p.m. tip. And then the Atlanta Hawks go to Chicago to face the Bulls. That's a 6:30 tip local time. And that's going to be interesting, man. So we've got some real urgency, some real interest. NBA last night, Lakers find a way to get in, and it sort of shines light on what I was saying yesterday about how you can sort of be a middling NBA regular season team all year long, like the Lakers, saving yourself. And then all of a sudden, when you need to turn it on, you win one game and you're the 7th seed in the postseason. And then it's 7-game series from here on out. And you could see the Lakers finding a way back into the Western Conference Championship, maybe into a final.
Did those games get you guys locked in last night? Because I was more locked in on the later game, the Warriors-Kings game, because it was like, when is Klay Thompson actually going to score a point? And he never did. But the falling apart of the Warriors dynasty, I think, attracted me a little bit more to the TV last night. But the Lakers game seemed like the Lakers sort of cruised. I know it was close, but they pulled away at the end. But I just expected LeBron to sort of walk through this round and get to the next round where they're probably going to lose to the Nuggets. It didn't build as much tension in me as I wanted it to build last night.
Well, the storyline was better with the Warriors because if they lose, they're out.
Yeah.
And they're done.
And they're done.
And I feel like last night was the end of the Warriors era. The Steve Kerr, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green. Like, I feel like last night finally put the last nail in the coffin, especially with how poorly Klay Thompson played. He's heading to free agency. I feel like this Warriors thing that we've seen for the last 10 years that's something you could count on is officially dead. Done.
Yeah, it's weird. The Laker game was a better watch.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a better watch.
Closer game before halftime. I mean, yeah, I agree with what you said, Fletch, about the second half. It felt like the Lakers were in control the whole time. And then with the Pelicans they kind of roared back toward the end and made it interesting. But yeah, I agree. I think the Warriors dynasty, we could pretty much stick a fork in them. Yeah.
It was impressive that they got that other championship that kind of came randomly, after the big, powerful group of Warriors were there. Then they get another one with Steph. But now I just don't know what the Warriors do. Like, is this about to be embracing 10 years of suck while they rebuild? That's a tricky thing to sell to fans after you just bought this new arena, Chase Arena, that's in San Francisco and downtown. And it's going to be a tricky road to hoe for the Warriors here moving forward. Lakers, do they stand any chance against the Nuggets? Because I heard Petros Papadakis this morning on with Two Pros and a Cup of Joe, and he said it'll be another competitive sweep, was the words he used.
Wow.
He is not a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
He's not a LeBron fan.
Well, the reality of sports fans in LA is there's this huge divide. You have Lakers fans, and then you have fans of the Lakers who jumped on board because LeBron showed up, or they were fans of Kobe and they love the scene of the Lakers. Petro sounds like a true fan from the standpoint of like hatred for the scene, but obviously he was born and bred in LA and all that. Here's the situation with the Lakers though. Those were competitive games. So you could say all you want, well, they're going to get swept again by the Nuggets, and that could be true, but they were the closest competition that the Nuggets had all playoffs long last year. They romped the field except for the Lakers. Those were truly close games.
And the Lakers, they may have been playing their best ball at that time, but I mean, the Lakers, when you watch them, kind of feel like they're always running at about 70%, and they could step on the gas at any time. And we saw it in a couple games this season when LeBron all of a sudden just went off. It's just kind of like, do they hit that throttle too late in the game and it's not enough for them? But I always kind of feel like the Lakers have some more there that they could give. And that's part of my complaint with the entire season, watching them going, can you just play? I want to watch the stars come out.
Yeah. I think I'm a Kings fan now. The rest of the way through this series or through these playoffs. And it might just be on Friday. Like the Kings might be out on Friday, but I love the way they play basketball, and I love the light the beam, and the fan base in Sacramento has actually gotten really good over the last few years. And like, think about what Sacramento's gotten. They just got a Major League Baseball team, at least for the foreseeable future, because who knows what's happening with Vegas, who doesn't want the A's.
It's a good team.
Weren't you a Warriors fan? And now
Yeah.
they get
Yeah.
beat by the Kings.
No,
and
I
all
mean,
of a
I
sudden
think-
you're out.
Look,
That's like saying, look, I really like my dog, but my dog got attacked by a coyote, so I like that coyote better.
For me, growing up, huge Warriors fan. Loved Monte Ellis and Baron Davis. And then I lost sight of the NBA completely around high school, which is when the Warriors got really good. So that's when I should have been a Warriors fan.
And now you're lighting the
Mhm.
beam.
I think I'm lighting the beam, dude. The Sacramento
Wow.
Kings are fun.
Wow.
We're getting some text messages in from Padres fans. And again, in light of the $80 million confidential agreement between them and the regional sports network who went bankrupt, and the Padres were claiming that, man, we're going to take a bath on this deal. And then all of a sudden we find out about this $80 million we didn't know about. From the 913, money talks with Peter no longer alive. The people in charge are money hungry. Doesn't surprise me. They will gut funding and treat the team like a low budget film. Yeah, I think that's the concern. I don't know how true all of that is. I don't know. I do know it's a business. I do know they're trying to maximize profits. And I think Peter Seidler had just a different philosophy. His philosophy was, hey, let's invest into the team and the profits will come. I think there's a new sheriff in town. I think there's a very different philosophy going on.
And the 619 says stopping the hemorrhaging of money was smart. We spent the money. It didn't produce squat. Peel back a little bit and see what happens. And if you're taking that philosophy right now, it makes a lot of sense. Padres are playing really good baseball right now.
Yeah, they have to continue that. Or they have to continue to win. It doesn't even have to be really good baseball. Just win. That's all it needs.
619, a different texter. We were told what they felt like we needed to know. As the public, we are not entitled to any info from the team. If prices go up and the product on the field doesn't live up to it, then as a fan, we need to make the decision to stop going and paying those prices. 100% accurate, except for this. Like, if you're a fan of a team, they literally call the fan base the Friar Faithful.
Mhm.
Like, the whole idea of faith is that you're trusting in something. So if you're told by an organization one thing, and then you find out later on that maybe not every single word of what you were told was 100% true, how does it make you feel? And that's the question on the table today. Padres fans were led to believe, whether it be by members of the front office or by articles written around the time that Bally Sports was filing Chapter 11, that the Padres were hurting. They were hurting a little bit financially, that the payroll cuts were directly related to this change in the market. So now all of a sudden we find out that they've been awarded in a confidential agreement $80 million based on, the failures of Bally Sports to provide the monies that they were supposed to give to the Padres.
Mhm.
Does it change the mental math and some of the mental gymnastics that we were put through last offseason?
Yeah, I agree. And I think we should do some red pill, blue pill regarding that.
Yeah, I agree as well. All right. Coming up, little red pill, blue pill. But before we run, want to talk to everybody about our weight loss as a show. So I'm down over 35 pounds.
You
TD
look hot.
down over 30 pounds. Fletch approaching 45 pounds
My
down.
God.
This guy, even with, here's the crazy thing. So a lot of people can suffer a significant injury and then balloon back up. They can gain all the weight back. I'm real proud of Fletch, because with the help of Wayne and Chloe at SD Fat Loss, he's been able to keep all the weight off and maintain all the weight loss.
I was on the scale Monday at the doctor's office. 242.
242.
Less
Wow.
than when I went in for the surgery.
He started
Wow.
off at 278 pounds, got on the scale. It says 242 still. That's incredible. And again, it's commitment on Fletch's side, but it's a lot of help from Wayne and Chloe, sdfatloss.com. If you want to lose weight the natural way. We're not talking about drugs. We're not talking about meal plans. We're not talking about gross protein shakes. We're talking about just a lifestyle change that works. If you need help, trust me, we did. There's no shame, no embarrassment there. Go to sdfatloss.com. And if you go to sdfatloss.com right now, you can save $200 on your subscription. All you have to do is just mention that you heard us talking about it here on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, and you'll save $200. Trust me, it's going to be the best money you spend. sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com.
You can only have one for the rest of your life. Red pill, blue pill, coming up next.
This update is presented by Indeed.com. Padres are rolling. They beat the Brewers last night in Milwaukee 6-3 behind a solid start from Dylan Cease, an early home run from Ha-Sung Kim. Padres now have won 3 straight series. Morning baseball today, 10:10 a.m. first pitch against the Brew Crew as they look for the sweep. Day off tomorrow before they head home to take on the Blue Jays. NBA play-in tournament got started yesterday in the West. Lakers got a 110-106 win over the Pelicans, locking the Lakers into the actual playoffs as the 7th seed. Lakers now will take on the Denver Nuggets in a 7-game series starting on Saturday. Sacramento Kings ended the Warriors season with a 118-94 win. Kings are going to play the Pelicans Friday to determine who gets into the playoffs. Eastern Conference play-in games get started this afternoon. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Hey! Hey! It's Big Rich TD and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. We've still got a couple giveaways to do here. Lakeside Rodeo tickets, some San Diego Strike Forks tickets. Also, welcoming everyone who's listening on the stream, on the radio, anywhere you are. We appreciate you. If you don't have the free iHeartRadio app, make sure you download that. Have it on your device. That way you can listen to us wherever you go. Big Rich TD and Fletch right in your pocket. Also, if you're watching on the stream, you're watching on YouTube, welcome in. Thank you very much. And subscribe, man. Follow along.
Absolutely.
Look at Fletch just smiling. I mean, come on.
At the camera.
Yeah.
I love you.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, please do it. Do it for Fletch.
Yeah. Yeah. We
If we get 50 subscribers by the end of the show today, I'll take my top off.
Wow. Wow. That sounds like a J-Riff promise. He was like, guys, if anybody out there just says the word and or the, I will take my shirt off.
I don't want to, but I'll do it, for a bet.
Yeah. I mean, because honestly, who says those words anyways? So yeah, rest of the show and or the.
He also said that if he took his shirt off, there would be a sexual harassment claim against him because he was so hot that people couldn't take it.
That's accurate.
It's Chris Farley taking his shirt off versus Patrick Swayze taking their shirt off, right? It's different reactions.
Well,
yeah.
And which one's Farley? Which one's?
Oh, I'm Patrick Swayze. By the way,
you're Swayze.
Watch the original Roadhouse movie. Fantastic.
You are on a Roadhouse kick.
You are.
It was so good.
How does it stack up against the new Roadhouse?
Oh, it's definitely a better movie than the new Roadhouse.
Shocking.
But the new Roadhouse I thought was great and really fun.
I got to tell you, I have no desire to watch the new Roadhouse, even on great reviews.
I'm not giving it a great. I'm saying I had a lot of fun watching the movie. So if you're looking for a fun watch, that's
the one.
I'm curious if I'll even remotely like it because I really enjoyed the first Roadhouse, but in that campy, this is ridiculous way.
Same thing with the new movie.
But did you have any feeling like I could use another Roadhouse?
No. When I finished watching, I'm like, this movie's perfect.
Yeah, done.
Nobody should ever remake it.
Also, a lot of people complained about Conor McGregor in the new one. I thought he was kind of great. I don't know what people were expecting out of him. He was exactly what I expected.
Who's the lead character?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, that's the guy I complain about.
You don't like him. You don't like Beyonce. You just
Beyonce. Jake Gyllenhaal just kind of gets on my nerves. Beyonce just sucks. Who's the other guy that Kendall likes? Barbie.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, no, he does nothing for me.
Yeah. You know, I loved him in what was it? The movie? Gosh, it's with the divorced couple.
Crazy Stupid Love.
That's the one where he plays the cool guy.
movies.
He's trying to help out Steve Carell.
I don't think I saw it.
It's a good movie.
You know what he reminds me of? It's like I went to get saltine crackers because I don't mind saltine crackers. They're versatile.
Sure.
Right. And then I get home and I'm like, man, salt free.
There we go. Red pill, saltine crackers. Blue pill, Ryan Gosling.
I would take saltine crackers.
Red pill, blue pill. We do it every single Wednesday. This time we lead off with a question that is very relevant to the news of the day. Red pill, Padres don't cut payroll, and you have the same players as last year. Blue pill, they cut payroll, make a confidential TV deal, lie to us about the money, and they have this year's roster instead.
Right. I think I'm taking the blue pill. I want this year's roster. It just, listen, 20 games into the season, I am so much happier. Now, I don't know how this season plays out.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But right now, my feelings are very much on a positive note when compared to last season. Last season was a roller coaster. I was down in the dumps from the start because they lost their first 2 games, and I thought they got to come out here and just shellac everybody, show them who's boss. So now as I'm sitting in the unknown, I feel like I'd rather have that than last year's discord.
Okay. I'm definitely taking the red pill.
Okay.
It was a cleaner exchange. You had a guy like Peter Seidler at the helm. You had real money being spent on the roster. You had baseball players who, again, outside of having the statistically, whatever you want to call phenomenon that was last year, it shouldn't have gone that way. So I would have much rather have the same amount of money spent on the roster, the same players this year, as opposed to what we're seeing out there now. It doesn't mean that this roster can't perform. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much you spend on the roster. I mean, look at the Diamondbacks. They were in the World Series last year. So, but I definitely would prefer the red pill.
I would prefer the red pill as well, because for this year's team to do what last year's team was expected to do, everything is going to have to go absolutely perfectly for them, and there's going to have to be a little bit of luck. Last year went as bad as it could possibly go. If you were to run it back with those exact same players, I think there's no way that's not a playoff team, and there's no way that team is not like making a serious push in the playoffs.
Are you expecting this year's team to perform as what we expected last year's team to play at?
You cannot possibly put the expectations.
No, I don't think so either. I thought that's what you were just saying.
No, what I'm saying is if they are to do what last year's team was supposed to do, it's going to be a lot harder than it should have been for last year's team to do. But the ceiling of this team is so much lower than the ceiling of last year's team.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
The last year's team somehow burrowed down into the basement or whatever's beneath the basement where the creepy sex dungeon lies. That's where they were last year.
Wait, now hold on. No, now I'm thinking red pill.
All right, red pill, fight a kangaroo. Blue pill, this is a tough one. Fight a badger.
I'll just die.
Why?
Just leave me off to the side. Both these things are vicious. Have you seen videos of either of these things coming after humans?
Yeah.
Because it's terrifying either way. Like the kangaroo thing, they will box you.
I
They
know.
will knock you out.
I know.
Badgers will tear you up from the toes up.
I think I could fight a kangaroo.
Oh my God.
Now a badger, that one gets tricky because to fight it, I mean, I'd have to grapple. You know what I mean? Like you'd have to get down and dirty and grab this
I
thing.
think you need a weapon to take down a badger.
I mean,
Like, have you guys seen the show Alone?
I'm watching a badger fight a lion right now. 3 lions. And it's actually having success.
Dude, badgers are mean.
I'm fighting a kangaroo. 100% I'm fighting a kangaroo.
Yeah, because listen, once you get close to the badger, it's over. And he's going to come at you quick.
It's
The
teeth and
claws are
talons, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Well-
I think I'd rather have that massive kangaroo tail swing at me like a bat and then them punch at me.
Well, you got to be worried about. So I'm going to fight a kangaroo red pill. What you got to be worried about is not the tail. What they do is they lean back on the tail, and then they kick both their legs.
Yeah.
And it'll send you ass over appetite.
But like, I haven't seen this. Do I have a warning? Like, oh, he's going to the tail. I'm going to back up.
It's not
You know-
like Mike Tyson punch out.
No. Once I learn the sequence,
He's
going down.
He's going on the tail again. He raised his eyebrows 3 times. That means I got a duck left.
you're damn right. I'm still taking red pill here. I honestly, I kind of want to know if somebody has a kangaroo we can fight.
There's also not all kangaroos are created equal.
That's
Like
true.
you go to the safari park, right? And you can do that little enclosure where you walk with the kangaroos. They all come up to like barely your thigh. But you look at some of the kangaroos in Australia and they stand 6'3". Like
Oh
they're
yeah, that's true.
tall and they're buff and they're mean.
I know.
I'm out. I don't know. I'll just die.
You have to choose one. You have to
Yeah.
take one of the pills.
There's another pill. It's the black pill. It's the good night.
You just kill yourself. You're done.
Wow. I choose to live.
Yeah, no, you got to give yourself a fighting chance here.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't back out of it. I'm red pill. I'm fighting the kangaroo as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a little confused on the verbiage of the next one. TD, I'm assuming this was you.
Yeah, that was me.
Seems pretty simple.
Yeah. Yeah, you either have fingers that are carrots or you have feet that are heads of cabbage.
Okay, so red pill, carrot fingers, blue pill, cabbage feet
Yeah.
is the way it's written on this.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So cabbage feet. All right. So you're walking around on heads of lettuce, basically.
Hell.
I mean-
Okay.
You guys seen the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I know the movie. I don't think I've
won
seen
a
it.
bunch of Oscars a couple years ago, but like part of it was one of the worlds that she could transport to was hot dog fingers.
Oh wow. Wait,
Okay.
hold
Carrot
on.
fingers.
Oh wait, was this the one with I know what you're talking about.
The little kid from Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I'm going with blue pill, cabbage feet.
Are you?
Yeah.
no.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I'm
Mistake.
going. Red pill, carrot fingers.
Dude,
So-
you would be every horse's best friend if you had carrot fingers.
Well, yeah, but like, here's the problem with that. Once somebody eats one of your carrot fingers, do you get it back? Nobody's eating cabbage feet.
Especially because your cabbage feet definitely aren't cooked,
No.
and no one's eating raw cabbage.
So if you're worried about like, for example, horses like chomping some fingers.
Yeah, you
up,
don't want to go horseback riding
No,
if you have carrot fingers.
You're gonna limp because you're literally walking on balls of lettuce. But
How did you come up with this?
Sometimes things just pop in your head, you know?
hey, real quick, red pill Nutella, blue pill peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
So blue pill.
Yeah, I don't think this is a contest for me either. I don't even know if I've had Nutella.
Okay,
Wait,
yeah.
what?
Wait, maybe I've had it in something.
Wow.
It's like chocolatey hazelnut or something.
Yeah,
We got to get you a Nutella strawberry crepe.
I think I'd go blue pill. I
hang
can't
on.
imagine life
Can we
without a
get-
peanut butter and
a
jelly
quick time out?
sandwich.
Every time Fletch goes, dude, what? You don't know Nutella? We need to get you a Nutella and strawberry crepe. That's the first thought you have?
True story. In college, I was a crepe maker for a little bit. Like
You
at
were
one
a
of
what?
those.
Wait. You were a what?
Yeah, I
Wait.
had a job in college where I made crepes, and you could have savory crepes, you could have sweet crepes.
It looks
And
like
what the
those really
savory
thin
crepe-
pancakes.
Literally, I'm pretty sure part of the reason Kendall fell in love with me was because I used to make her strawberry Nutella crepes when we were working at that deli.
Do you have a crepe maker?
No, I was the one at school or at the campus market, wherever I worked at.
If we brought in a crepe maker, could you make crepes?
I think so. I would need the batter pre-made. I never made the batter. I just like literally poured it on the thing and then spread it out with the little tool, and then I would make the fixins, and I just had it cooked perfectly.
Sarah worked at a sandwich shop. when we first started dating. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, I'm going to get so many free sandwiches. I got none. I'm not even a discount.
See, that sucks.
Yeah.
Because I have a wife who plays by the rules too. And so like anytime I'm like, no, yeah, like this is perfect. What? You work at a sandwich shop? You're a crepe maker? It'd be all the free crepes I want. Like no,
Crepes of crepes.
Or how about your literal situation? Her family works with the PGA Tour. Have you ever gotten free golf clubs?
No.
Wow.
Well, actually, but she doesn't. It's a different thing. They don't work with the manufacturers or really with the PGA.
Have you ever gotten any swag for free?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So much swag.
See, it's dripping and
Just
PGA.
constantly wearing PGA gear. Don't you see me, dog?
I'm going blue pill. I can't let go of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
You know what? Same. Peanut butter is versatile. I like it in Reese's cups. I like it in Fluffernutters. I like it on top of my ice cream.
Right.
I like it on a peanut butter sandwich. Just flat out, just peanut butter on bread.
Sometimes just crack it open and get a spoonful.
Gosh.
Golly.
How about a peanut butter and honey tortilla?
See, this is what I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
Every single
Like,
time we talk about something, like, have you guys ever tried this? It's like, actually, nobody's ever tried that.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
Peanut butter and honey tortilla?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of such a thing. I've never put peanut butter on a tortilla ever in my life.
I think you're missing out, bro.
I think he does this on purpose.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I need attention.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell people that I eat this very strange
Have you ever
thing.
had a stuffed fig with peanut butter?
No, see, that's weird.
Yeah.
The San Diego Giving Back Raffle is a great way to give back to an important community resource while gaining a chance to win one of thousands of prizes. So check this out. You could support the Ronald McDonald House. You could win a multi-million-dollar historic home right across from magnificent Balboa Park right here in San Diego. So the Ronald McDonald House, if you've heard of it, but you don't know what they do, ours here in San Diego is located just 300 steps away from the Child Hospital. They provide overnight care for families of children in crisis. If you are from out of state, or if you are visiting from another part of the state and you don't live in San Diego, but you need the help from the specialist at the San Diego Child Hospital, they provide overnight lodging, warm meals, programs and services, not just for the families, or I should say for the parents of the children in the hospital, but also for the siblings who are often forgotten during these times of need. 2024 marks the 20th year anniversary of the San Diego Giving Back Raffle. This, of course, benefits the Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego. This year's edition, more than 2,000 great prizes, 20 vacation packages, 20 vehicle options, 20 days of $20,000 prizes this summer, leading up to the biggest award on July 25th. Every raffle supporter is guaranteed to win a prize in the grand prize drawing. Okay, so $30 million in prizes to participants over the 20 years of participation here. Just for choosing to give back, you can win great prizes. Tickets start at $150. It's the San Diego Giving Back Raffle. Again, the San Diego Giving Back Raffle. So if you guys want to go to the 2024 Aztec Fast Showcase, this thing is going to be awesome. You could show up. I believe gates open at noon, but parking starts at 10. Gonna be a lot of fun for the whole family out there. Snapdragon Stadium out in Mission Valley. We had Sean Lewis on a week ago. We were talking about all this, and it's really cool. General admission is free. Parking, I think, is $10 though.
Yeah, so I think you can get 6 free tickets if you go to goaztecs.com/AztecFast right now. And by the way, honorary coaches for this is Cameron Thomas and Zachary Thomas, which is pretty cool.
Very cool. The brothers Thomas coming back, supporting the team.
Cam Thomas, a beast in the NFL these days.
Yeah, Cam's good. Drafted by the Arizona Cardinals. Zach Thomas, obviously awesome offensive lineman here in San Diego.
In home improvement.
That's right.
And if you're going to miss any of it, John and Jim will actually be on the air on Saturday from 11 to 1, and then the game starts at 1 o'clock. But yeah, it's going to be really cool to go out there. You get to see Sean Lewis's ideas coming to life in front of you for the first time, really.
I can't wait. I'm actually super stoked.
Yeah.
Like I'm fired up. Yeah.
We got a birthday party to attend for one of the kids, but we're going to try to zoom over from out by Pacific Beach out to Mission Valley right after it ends. So I'll catch the back half of this thing. But
and apparently there's all new Aztec Fast branded merchandise.
Yeah.
And some of it's going to go to NIL stuff. Some of it's going to go to the program, but it's all Aztec Fast labeled.
Yeah, this is the whole event is thrown by Aztec Link. So if you want to support the Aztecs, again, if you sign up, you make a free account, you could get to goaztecs.com, and you know that they're going to have links to get you to where you need to go. You'll be able to sign up, get those 6 free tickets, and it's worth your while. This is going to be a really fun event. Again, it's this Saturday. Parking opens at 10, only $10 to park. Gates open at noon. The showcase will be on at 1 p.m.
CD, we need your calf to get better.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
No, we need it now.
Why?
You don't understand what's on the line.
What's on the line?
$10,000.
For
so there's going to be an opportunity to win a chance to kick a field goal for $10,000, which will also be available at all open gates.
Wait, hold on. Rich can kick?
He was a backup kicker at one point.
Yeah, well, so why do you want me to
because
go
I don't know if
shank
he's going to get there on time. I think you got to sign up beforehand.
But why? But how come you don't want to kick it?
I have a broken leg.
Well,
yeah, only one of them's
broke.
The
Yeah.
left one is.
All you gotta do is lean on that scooter. Is there some stipulation you can't have a scooter on the field?
That's a great question.
No,
How long does the field goal have to be?
I would assume it's probably like a PAT. I don't know.
Whoa, this changes everything. The day will also feature a face painter, balloon artist, cornhole.
I can do that on one leg.
Hold on. Can you imagine me winning the cornhole tournament with my face painted like a lion?
What about a feral cat?
That would be hysterical. if I show up with the family,
full face paint,
rushing over there after this birthday party, and we just see TD who's like, "Hey guys, you missed cornhole. Oh, we did so well. I'm just
drenched in sweat.
But face is just perfect, like pristine painted."
Yeah. But did you win $10,000? No, I actually tripped and fell as I was running towards the ball.
Tickets are free, must be claimed in advance by visiting goaztecs.com/AztecFast. Let's see. First 1,000 fans to enter the stadium make their way to the South Concourse will receive a free Aztec football replica jersey. So look, I mean, can't say enough how much this is going to mean to the community here, especially the excitement around Sean Lewis and the new offense. Looking forward to that. That's really awesome. Okay, we got to run. When we get back, we're going to talk about the Padres. There was a breaking news story, if you missed it, about how even though the Bally Sports Group filed for Chapter 11, there was an $80 million payment that was confidential at the time, and all of a sudden being reported on this morning. So we'll break down that story and what it means for the Padres coming up next. But got to talk to you about Prize Picks, the #1 fantasy sports app in the country with over 3 million active members. And I'm brand new to this app, but I absolutely love it. It's like a duck to water. If you've ever played daily fantasy, Prize Picks is for you. So all you got to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and then watch the winnings roll in. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. I love it. It's because these little demon picks, they got these little horn picks, and
they're sneaky.
And sometimes they say like, hey, you gotta pick more than 9.5 assists for LeBron James. Well, if that hits, if that entry wins for you, it can mean real multipliers on your money.
Super simple to play. You can make your pick, submit your entry in less than 60 seconds. I actually did this when I first signed up for Prize Picks. You could sign up, get the $100 bonus if you sign up with promo code DOGS, and make your first picks within 2 minutes. You can do all of that really, really quickly. So for tonight's basketball games with the play-in tournament, for tonight's baseball or today's baseball game, 10-10 first pitch for the Padres, you get on over to Prize Picks and submit an entry in less than 60 seconds. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you can watch the winnings roll in if you got the skills.
Yep. Prize Picks also offers those weekly promotions like Taco Tuesday, Flex Friday, special offers on the biggest moments in sports. Prize Picks now offers Apple Pay for quick and easy deposits into your account this entire NBA playoff season. So download the app today. Use promo code DOGS, DOGS, woof, for a free for a first deposit match up to $100. Again, that's promo code DOGS on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Prize Picks. Woo!
Hour number 3, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update is presented by Indeed.com. Padres are rolling. They beat the Brewers last night in Milwaukee 6-3 behind a solid start from Dylan Cease, an early home run from Ha-Sung Kim. Padres now have won 3 straight series. Morning baseball coming up today, 10-10 first pitch against the Brewers as they look for the sweep. Day off tomorrow before they head home to take on the Blue Jays. NBA play-in tournament got started yesterday in the West. Lakers got a 110-106 win over the Pelicans, locking the Lakers into the actual playoffs as a 7 seed. Lakers now take on the Denver Nuggets in a 7-game series starting on Saturday. Then the Kings ended the Warriors season with a 118-94 win. Kings and Pelicans play each other on Friday to determine who is the final seed in the West. Eastern Conference play-in games get started this afternoon. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, happy Wednesday to those who celebrate. Happy hump day to you all.
Mike.
Yes, in a far-off land, the San Diego Padres are now a winning baseball team.
Far off land of Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, they call it the Great Land. It's a land of great harvest.
They are 2 games better this year to this point than they were last year to this point.
Well, dude, it feels like a team. Last year, it felt like a collection of superstars. Now, the fact of the matter is, if you had one more year to let things coalesce, maybe with Snell and Hader and Juan Soto, if everybody returned back to their places, right? This season could not have possibly gone worse than last season.
Well, yeah, it might have.
I don't know.
Yeah. We said that about the first half of last year going into the second half.
Dude, again, the reality of that situation is statistically it was a phenomena. It was impossible that it happened to begin with. Literally the stats nerds who we welcome on this show as often as we can, the Danny Viettis, the guys who really pull their sleeves up and study the stats, the Dan Zimborskis, they were saying to us the entire season, like, what they've done so far breaks the brains of any of these baseball nerds.
Hashtag Padres.
Yeah, congratulations.
Hashtag keep the faith.
Right.
I mean, it couldn't have possibly repeated itself. However, this team is playing, I mean, right up to expectations, especially through this stretch on the road against the Dodgers, the Cubs before that, and now in Milwaukee.
So, Fletch, you said that they're 2 games better right now than they were last season. So last season, they hovered around 500 until May 11th. And if you recall, it took to the final 2 weeks of the season before we didn't have to say they have not been 500 since May 11th.
That's right.
And being 2 games better right now feels so much better, so much better than trying to fight to stay even.
Like yesterday, Wade Miley was 9 pitches into the game, and the Padres had a 4-0 lead. It's just different.
Take advantage, man.
The runs have been coming, and the pitching hasn't been fantastic. Dylan Cease has been fantastic, but the pitching hasn't been fantastic as a whole. But the Padres are winning games, and they're winning games based on rallies that get started. They're winning games based on. Yesterday was Ha-Sung Kim. The day before it was Jackson Merrill. The day before that it was Jurickson Profar. Like they're winning it in different ways every single time, and that's what feels good about it.
Well, yeah, we said it last year. Sorry.
No.
We had a team of stars that any given day somebody could be the star, and this year that premonition from last year is coming true here in 2024, which feels great. It could be anybody on any given moment.
Well, and it's your stars are showing up. So it's not game after game after game of you going, can you just get close to some of the stats that are on the back of your baseball cards? They're putting runs up on the board, multiple run innings, which we didn't see a lot of a year ago. So there's just a lot of positives. There's a lot of things to make you feel a little more confident in a team that I think going into the season, expectations were a little low. But we want to hear from you, man. Use the talkback line. If you listen on the free iHeartRadio app, if you're not listening on the free iHeartRadio app, open it up. You'll see a little microphone there in a red circle. Tap the microphone. You can send us up to a 30-second message. What's up, Fletch?
We got a ton here, and I apologize that we haven't been keeping up with this, but let's get started. We got about 6 of them. We'll see if we can spread those out over this final hour. But this one, talking, I think, a little red pill, blue pill.
Okay.
Ooh. All force dominant hand.
I despise Max Muncy more than pretty much any other Major League Baseball player.
But why?
He looks like a troll.
Yeah,
he's played really good against the Padres.
Kind of elf-like.
I don't know Max Muncy at all personally. I mean, obviously he's a Dodger, so that puts you in a certain
Mark
category.
Few personally, but I also hate him.
Yeah, I know. But you have
I don't know Beyonce personally.
You both have weird vendettas against people that you don't know.
I don't really want to punch Beyonce though. I just think she sucks.
Now, Rich, you never understood this until Dan Hurley became a thing.
Well, Dan Hurley is one of those guys who I watch what he does and I respect what he does. And I listen to him talk, and there are certain circumstances where I'm like, wow, this guy really gets basketball, and he gets people. Most importantly, he gets people. But then I see him do things like one of his players shoots a 3-pointer and scores it, and he turns around to the crowd and he goes, 3, and he holds up 3 fingers to the crowd, and he's like posing for pictures. I'm just like, oh gosh, grates on every nerve in my body.
Now, do you know Jay Cutler at all?
So I don't know him personally, but I've heard tremendous numbers.
Friend of the show.
Interviews. Jay Cutler?
Didn't we have him on the show?
No.
Wait, who did we have on the show?
Browning
Oh, we had Plumber. Jake Plumber
on the show.
Same. Jake. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so Jay Cutler, but I've heard from people who play with him, love him. You know, for the most part, like he just has one of those faces that looks completely disinterested in everything he's doing at all times.
Yeah, that is true. But sometimes he looks like Luke Bryan to me. And I wanted to sing for me. I wanted to country girl, shake it for me, girl.
Now, did you guys ever watch the TV show The League about the Fantasy Football League?
No, I never got into it.
Hilarious show, but Jay Cutler had a 2 or 3 episode run on it where all they were trying to do was get his sperm so that they could use it for future babies. They wanted more Jay Cutlers. He was very funny on that. All right, next talk back. Lap.
He's super punny.
What? Why is that lap worthy?
It's a lap for the listener.
No, come on. He's standing up for me.
Wait,
that's my boy.
Yeah. That's
Blue.
You know who that
You're
sound
my boy,
like?
Blue.
That sound like Wayne.
What?
Did you text your brother and say, "Hey, I need to talk back from you, bro"?
What? No, come on.
You guys want a little Joe Moon?
Yeah, let's get some
Joe Moon breaking down the Padres situation about the $78 million like only Joe Moon can.
Okay.
Some things you don't tell.
Hit a thought.
Oh my god. Okay, so
God, I love him.
Joe Moon, like you said, broke down the Padres situation with Bally Sports better than anybody could. Yeah, you're not going to know the full story. You're not going to know every single dollar and cent that the Padres are spending or receiving, because guess what? If they tell you, you would be absolutely flabbergasted with how much you're paying in ticket prices.
Open the books.
So this has been going on for a long time.
Open the books.
All sports leagues, all sports owners, they don't want anybody to see their profits, because if you saw it, you would be nauseated that you spend as much as you do at the gate.
Dude, the NFL is just so much easier to wrap my head around, right? Because everybody is playing on an equal playing field in terms of the salary cap. Now, some teams spend more, some teams spend less. Some owners are a lot richer, some owners are a lot poorer. Some owners are a little more greedy, a la the dude up north. Some owners are a little more Robert Kraft, where I'm sure he is greedy, but he spends a lot on his team. So you can't really call him on that. But with baseball, it's like you never really know how much money the owners are keeping for themselves, how much they're actually putting into the franchise, what their alternative wants and needs are, because like the A's owner, John Fisher, clearly wanted no part of Oakland. Otherwise, they'd still be in Oakland.
Do you really want to know?
I do. I would love to know. Baseball is the one that makes zero sense to me, because everyone feels different.
I just don't care. It's a private business. Go make your money. And if I'm happy with the product, I'm happy with the product.
It's a private business that depends and relies upon public people and public laws in their own little place. The Padres depend so much on the Padres fans. Last year broke records for Padre fans going into Petco Park. It depends so much on those people that I do believe that those people, like including myself, deserve to know what's happening.
But how is that different from Jersey Mike's?
Oh, I'll tell you how. It's because Jersey Mike's doesn't make you worship them like they're a religion.
Well, I really like Jersey Mike's.
By the way, Jersey Mike's, even though it's in the name, they don't sell Mike jerseys. The Padres literally have you pray to the SD logo. I mean, it's worship. This is look. The same exact way you get people hooked on religion is the same exact way you get people hooked on sports. And the same way you feel dirty when you find out how much that pastor is making, who's flying on the private jet, who's taking advantage of his congregation, is the same exact way I feel when I find out things like shady business tactics that teams are using to capitalize off of the religious beliefs of their fan base.
Look, I get that. And the thing that chaps my hide is the fact that they try to spin it in some manner. You try to spin the fact that you're cutting back on payroll to anything other than you want to put more money in your pocket. You try to pull the wool over my eyes and tell me, oh, it's because this TV deal fell through. I mean, there's nothing we can do, guys.
Yeah.
Blame Bally.
Yeah. It's on us. And by the way, it's similar to politics, like that feeling of like, oh, I believe in this candidate. They're saying all the things, they're striking all the right chords. And then you find out, oh yeah, but they're being funded by, dirty money and this and these underhanded deals. Yeah. It's like, it doesn't make you feel good.
No.
That's the thing. When you have a belief structure built around a team or religion or a person who's supposed to run your county or your state or your federal government, and then all of a sudden you find out, oh, wow, we've been sold a bill of goods.
Right.
It doesn't feel good because, again, you're not operating in sandwiches. You're operating in people's faith.
And I don't know about you, but the most you're going to spend at Jersey Mike's in a year, like for me, probably $120 for a year.
Okay.
At Petco Park, like if you're going to, let's say conservatively, 15 home games.
Okay.
Like you go to 15 home games in a year, you're talking thousands of dollars.
Do you want to see the books for Disneyland?
That would make me puke.
Well, okay.
And that also, by the way, a religion. It's just not a religion I'm a part of.
Yeah, I know.
It's a religion I'm adjacent to with my wife, and I know how much money she spends at Disneyland in a year, and it's sickening.
So far this year, I have spent more money at Jersey Mike's than I have for the Padres.
Look, with greater transparency, everybody gets a better deal. The reason why you pay as much as you do at the gate, the reason why you pay as much as you do for tickets at Disney or any other business for that matter is usually because there's a lack of transparency, because you can't see how much money at the top is being spent.
It'd make your stomach turn.
By the way, that's the same with the government. If you realize how much money is being misappropriated at the government level, you would feel even worse about the taxes that you just paid a couple days ago.
That's what makes it worse, because you're having to pay a tax. I mean, they're taking it from you.
And by the way, we are paying a tax to have stadiums built around this country.
Correcto mundo.
So literally, there's money coming out of your pockets, whether you like it or not. Tourism taxes, paying for the Padres stadium and ballpark anyways, even if you're not even a fan of the friggin' team. And then they've got the gall, the audacity to cry poverty at the start of this season because a regional sports network goes bankrupt, and you say, well, we got to cut payroll. And then we find out that there's $80 million being awarded to the Padres in a confidential deal that was struck behind the scenes. It feels dirty. And again, when you relate it to what it actually is, when you are building a fan base based off of almost a belief structure, like just believe in us, and then they go and do things like that, it feels dirty. The exchange has been sullied.
Let's get one more talk back in before we get to TD's halftime. Can't wait for the NBA scores. Only 2 games last night. Should be quick. But one more talk back here. This is about the tortilla stuff. So Kendall has texted, by the way. She was listening during that and said, yes, Ben eats peanut butter tortillas, oftentimes quesadillas with peanut butter all the time. And that is all true. But this listener also had a tortilla deal.
Peanut butter or just butter?
It said butter, but it sounded like it got cut off. It might have been peanut butter.
Peanut butter hot sauce?
But the
hold on, play that one more time.
Peanut butter hot sauce. Yeah, okay.
That's the stuff.
Wow, okay. Really? I've never thought hot sauce and peanut butter.
No.
Now the texters are on my back.
On your back or have your back?
Same.
I think it's different.
But there's been a lot of
Dude,
texts. Damn, where was that
way
one?
different? Huh. Interesting.
I got Fletch's back. Peanut butter on a tortilla is the bomb, although my Mexican girlfriend thinks it's heinous. 760. Peanut butter on a hamburger fresh off the grill. That's yummy. I looked this up. That's how Elvis liked his hamburgers.
With peanut butter
He
on it?
did.
Yeah.
Didn't he like peanut butter and bananas? He must have had a peanut butter thing.
Oh, yeah. And bacon. There was a peanut butter bacon banana sandwich.
Was that what there was bacon on the banana sandwiches?
Hey, check this out. Muncie has a punchable face. This is from the text line. But have you ever seen Jonathan Rifkin?
I wonder if that's our buddy who came out to Whiskey Girl with us the other night, because he came up to me and the first thing he said was, "You have to get back to work."
Yes, indeed. Sarah, my wife, said, "Does J-Riff, does he want to be Adam Levine?" I'm like, he's kind of working towards that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I can see that a little bit. Don't tell him, though. Don't tell him that, though.
Because Adam Levine is like a heartthrob?
Well, yeah, and J-Riff, like, he doesn't need any more, like, positive attention. Like, we try to bring him down a peg or two when he jumps on the show with us. Like, that entire time that Fletch was out while I was getting surgery and stuff, we just made fun of J-Riff mercilessly.
You guys were making fun of me a lot, too. I listened to a couple of those shows. I haven't heard about this, but 619 saying, did you guys see the $299 special that the Arizona Diamondbacks were giving their fans for an entire 81 home games?
Dude,
you paid $300. You can go to every Diamondbacks game?
I don't know. $299 Diamondback.
Yeah, I'm searching it myself.
Did you also see that the Coyotes, is that what they are? Their hockey team, they're moving to Utah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I said about the Diamondbacks in the postseason. I said, hey, Arizona fans, be careful, because when you don't show up for, I don't know, like NLCS games when you're hosting the Phillies.
That was right. It was like $9 tickets?
It was insane. Yeah. We're talking about, like, on the secondary market, you could buy tickets for as low as $20 leading up to an NLCS game in Arizona at Chase Field. And I put out a tweet or whatever, where I was like, be careful, you'll lose your team if this is how you support them when they're in the postseason. And I got harangued. There were so many people like, they're not moving the Diamondbacks, idiot. And I'm just like, yeah, just you wait. Well, they're moving the Coyotes.
Yep, Coyotes are out, and that $299 deal for the home game season tickets are also sold out. They started offering that right after the season.
Wow.
I mean, when they were at the hottest.
Yeah, it says the 2023 National League champion Arizona Diamondbacks are ringing in the holidays with an all-new pass that continues the team's focus on affordability with Cyber Monday launch of the Ballpark Season Pass. Fans get tickets to 81 regular season home games in 2024, including 2 exhibitions for just $2.99. The deal amounts to only $3.60 per game ticket for fans who attend all 83 games.
That's genius.
So here's what we'll do, since we ran out of time for TD's halftime and everyone wants the NBA scores. TD is going to do my sports update at the bottom of the hour.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wow.
I'm going to do the whole update.
I'll do the read.
Okay.
You do the middle part.
Okay. It's on. Yeah. Just stay tuned. Yeah.
Wait till you hear this sports update. Also, what is a Super League and what would it look like in college football? We got to get into that coming up next. But first, speaking of TD.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Look at this shirt.
You did not fit into that shirt 6 months ago. I promise you.
I did not. However, it's still a double X. It's fine. It's fine. Listen,
it's because your shoulders are so broad.
Yeah, that is very true. If the Padres had a $2.99 ticket deal right now at SD Fat Loss, you'd only be $100 away by saving $200 by mentioning Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
You're damn right.
Yeah, that's what I said. You can save $200 right now if you're looking to lose some weight. You're looking to shed some of these unwanted pounds. You're looking to get ready for summer. You want to get that summer bod locked in like me. You're going to see me out. Oh, look at Fletch. His shirt's lifting up. He's golden brown. He's very hairy. And he looks good. And that's all thanks to SD Fat Loss. If you honestly, you want to lose some weight, you want to lose weight fast, and you want to feel good and better, you want to feel good about it, you want to feel better when you're done, there is no other place to go than sdfatloss.com. Wayne, Chloe, the coaches, the staff, they're going to take care of you. They're going to show you the healthy way to lose the weight. And then it's not like one of these fad diets where once you stop, you gain whatever weight you lost right back and then some. Not going to happen. They're going to help you keep the weight off because we've been doing it. And look, we are 3 idiots who were able to navigate our way through this thanks to the help and coaching of everyone there at SD Fat Loss. But we've kept all the weight off. We want you to do the same thing. Feel better about yourself. Feel better in life. Do something for your family. Add a couple years to the life by dropping those unwanted pounds. SDFatLoss.com. And like I said, mention Big Rich, Sheedy, and Fletch. Save yourself $200. SDFatLoss.com.
This update is presented by Indeed.com. Padres rolling. They beat the Brewers last night in Milwaukee 6-3 behind a solid start from Dylan Cease and an early home run from Ha-Seong Kim. Padres now winning 3 straight games. Morning baseball today, 10:10 a.m. First pitch against the Brewers. They look for the sweep. Day off tomorrow before they head home to take on the Blue Jays. NBA play-in tournament got started yesterday in the West. The Lakers get a 110-106 win over the Pelicans, locking the Lakers into that actual 7 seed in the playoffs. They'll get the Nuggets in a 7-game series starting Saturday. Then the Kings ended the Warriors season with a 118-94 win. Kings get the Pelicans on Friday to determine who gets into the playoffs. Eastern Conference play-in games will get started later this afternoon. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Big Rich, Didi, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. I was supposed to do that update, but we got distracted by Big Boss Noreen Ippolito.
Yeah.
Which,
back from
she
Guatemala.
takes yeah. So helping out kids out there in Guatemala. Very, very nice. But we do have a pair of tickets for the Lakeside Rodeo. Got to give them away probably this segment, boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going on the 25th of this month through the 28th. They got steer wrestling, bull riding, side events all weekend for the whole family. You got tickets at lakesiderodeo.com or just keep listening for your opportunity to win those. And then later on, we'll have a pair of tickets to see Indoor Football League San Diego Strike Force. Speaking of football, we've got a story coming out of college football, and I'm curious how this is going to look. So a super league in college football could be emerging here, and it could be emerging quickly because they need a solution. They need a solution to the fact that players are being paid now astronomical amounts of money in name, image, and likeness deals. A lot of athletic programs are claiming to be suffering as a result because less donors and boosters are spending on the departments and they're spending more money on the athletes. And so as a result, the system has shifted so quickly that some of these athletic departments are having a hard time keeping up. Now, if you make it so it's basically the minor leagues and it's or semi-pro or full on a professional 80-team league like's being proposed here, you would have workers' compensation, you would have salaries given to players, you would have a structure that mimics the NFL.
Pensions.
Yeah. You'd have retirement funds.
I don't know if I'm opposed to it. I think it sounds interesting. I think that once you open up that can of worms, though, and you are offering all that, where does that money come from? So who's going to have to foot the bill for it?
And is that the top 10 of the 80 teams? Are they footing the bill for the bottom 70?
Right.
You know,
right. Because they're the ones people are watching.
Right. So there's going to be huge earners. Now, this sounds like something we talked about a while ago, which is a sort of soccer-based format for college football because of how many teams you have. The only way it really makes sense is if you could do some sort of relegation and promotion version in an 80-league team with the 80 teams then be subset into different divisions and different tiers. I think that's the only way it would really work.
Well, it says here in this article, you would have, hang on. So Daniel Libet, a reporter for Sportico, took to X and posted a photo that's reportedly via pitch deck proposing the Super League, the conference that would come with it. And this is where things get interesting. It's made up of 10 teams each. A Super League would form 7 different conferences. And then following those schools, you'd have 10 more. An under-league division teams. So here's something that, so basically it's relegation. So you would have teams advance up the conference ladder, basically, and potentially vie for a championship as long as they're winning at a suitable clip to, move from lower divisions to higher divisions. So this has been pitched for a long time. I don't know if it's ever going to actually happen, but we're closer to major changes like this being made in college basketball, in college football than ever before in the history of the sport.
Well, and it's interesting you bring up college basketball because I still think that if you want to make the best product possible for college football, then put together a tournament style madness situation where you have more teams vying for the championship. So if you're trying to create the Super League to create eyeballs, to have people watch and have it be interested, I don't know if that's the way to go. If you want to create a Super League because you want to put together something in a package, so you're creating a minor league system where you're creating athletes, paid athletes, and they're going to make money, then that is the way to go.
I'm looking at the conference, this proposed Super League division. San Diego State not in it.
Nope. UNLV's in it. New Mexico State's in it. Boise State's in it. I did the same thing as you, Richie, when I just looked through this. In the West, Southwest, or under league division, SDSU does not appear on any of the lists.
So that's the other part about this is you could be a bubble team and you could get left out of this. And then this changes everything for you, because not only are you on the outside looking in, but now with what's left of college football, what's left of college sports altogether, you got to cobble together a schedule or potentially form another league. I guess you would call it something other than the Super League, if that's the name of this one. And you would have to come up with a competitive strategy, because that's what this world is predicated on. It's competition. And I mean that both at the field level, but also from the standpoint of how much money these athletes can make. So if all of a sudden this Super League emerges and it is offering athletes, insurance policies on their bodies that extend beyond their playing days in college football, and salaries and pensions, and maybe even an opportunity to unionize. And then on the flip side of that, you have this other league that's offering less. Well, you're going to want to be a part of the Super League, the 80 team league.
Of course you are. I mean, that's the shiny object. And that's the only way you're going to advance is if you're in the Super League. Yeah.
So
maybe it's not good.
Now, this is all proposed. Like, who knows if any of this is ever going to happen? It does feel like that's the way college football is going. And I think San Diego State has done the right thing over the last few years, trying to make sure that they're included in whatever conversation is next for college football.
Yeah.
And that started with building Snapdragon Stadium. That continues with hiring Sean Lewis as the head coach. That continues with stuff like this weekend with the Aztec Fast Showcase. Like that, and that's where the fan base comes into it. Like, these are the things that you got to start going to, and you got to start making the investment as well in the team, because that's where college football is at now.
I propose this in 3 minutes at 8:41. If you are calling number 5 to 877-767-4760, you're going to win yourself some Lakeside Rodeo tickets.
I like it.
Yeah. The text line, by the way, Jeremy on the text line saying that I should do Travis Try's bull riding.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
Well,
your leg hurts after like 8 laps yesterday. What's gonna do now?
Yeah. What do I owe right now? 3?
I think 3 as of today, but we can carry him over.
I don't know if I want to do that. I've witnessed what happens when you carry it over.
Yeah,
you get up to 50 miles.
Well, let's get you some more.
What? We're going streaking! Padres beat the Brewers yesterday 6-3. That's 3 wins in a row. And by my calculations, that's a streak.
It's a streak.
That is a streak.
Count it.
And with that win, they take the series against the Brewers. That means 3 winning series in a row. Also a streak.
Mm-hmm.
Padres play again today, 10:10 our time.
We doing the 999?
God. No, we are not.
That is negativo.
I got the flamethrower in my truck.
I forgot that's what we did last time there was a 10 o'clock game. Good Lord.
It was around this time of year. I think it was like May 5th last year we did that.
They're off tomorrow. They have the Blue Jays coming into town on Friday. Hey, Travis Kelce back in the news. He's booked his first TV series job hosting a spinoff of the Fox game show Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader for Amazon Prime. The new show is titled Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity? Adult contestants will answer 6th grade level questions and then have some famous faces helping them out along the way. Amazon has ordered 20 episodes of the show, hosted by Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Douche.
Yeah. And in the NBA, the Warriors done. The season done. The team done. The dynasty done. The Kings sized bed, the Warriors, 118.94. And the Lakers are going to the Pelicans, gonna get married, 110-106.
No lapser. Well done.
Thank you very much.
That really worked out well. So really quick on this CFB Super League proposal, broadcast revenue share with players. So we're talking about a structure similar to what happens in the NFL between the players and the owners, where they have a share of, it's almost 50-50 of the broadcast revenue that comes in from the network deals. A 40-game spring football festival. I'm assuming they're going to pick a site and have it in the same place every year, or I should say in different places every year.
Vegas.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. 7 geographically aligned leagues. We already talked about that. The West, the Southwest, Plains, Mountain West, Midwest, Northeast, Southeast, and South. And then the 8th under league with relegation. So that last 10-team league has an opportunity to break in to the other leagues in the conference. So very interesting set of circumstances here being proposed in college football to contend with the insane changes that have come over a very short amount of time.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. It's funny because I think a lot of these take a lot of time before they actually pan out, and then all of a sudden things just happen.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't predict this happens anytime real soon.
It's going to be a lot more change coming, though. I can promise you that. Whether it's this or it's some other solution, I mean, things are changing fast in college sports. No question about it. Things have changed fast for me over the past couple of months. So
I've noticed.
I mean,
I have taken notes.
Some people are like, my God, you're so bulgy. You're like a moose. And I'm like, well, thank you. My gosh. Thank you. Please, everybody sit
like
down.
A moose?
Have you ever seen one?
Actually, it's funny. Funny story as we digress from this ad read. I have a buddy who lives in Wyoming. Yeah. And I was staying out there with him, and we were getting ready to leave. As I was walking out the front door, it was like 7 a.m. There's a moose just standing next to my car.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Actually, yeah.
I was like, Rich?
People say all the time they admire my antlers. Look,
I like them because they're velvety.
Yeah. If you want to know why we're talking so much about my physical structure and the changes that have happened to me lately, it's because of Golden Triangle Plastic Surgery, the Man Zone. So Dr. Roy David is a double board certified plastic surgeon, but he's also the medical director at the Man Zone. And what they do there is a lot of things for men's health that a lot of other places don't. So hair restoration, you could even have Botox done. But what I specifically have done over there is got my testosterone checked and found out that I was in the low average range and I wanted to boost those numbers back up. So I've been receiving testosterone replacement therapy and it is awesome. Over at the Man Zone, you get treated like a guy. Like it is a medical office. I don't want to undersell that part of it, but it feels like you walk into just a man cave. You're in there, sit down in the lobby. They've got some beers in the fridge. They got some whiskey you could pour for yourself. They got sports on the big screen. And then you get called into your appointment and they take a little blood. They check your testosterone levels. And if you're found out to be low or on the low average range, like I was, they'll get you your treatment and you're on your way. It's simple, it's easy, it's fast, it's comfortable, and there's no shame involved. Look, I didn't even realize that I was a candidate for testosterone replacement therapy. My complaints were things that I didn't think were related to testosterone treatment. I felt sluggish. I felt lethargic waking up in the morning, like I didn't want to get out of bed sometimes. I had brain fog. I just felt tired all the time. I was chugging coffee, caffeine, anywhere I could get it. And as it turns out, I was operating at a lower level testosterone-wise than I should. And since correcting that, I feel great. So if you want to be like me, or if you're feeling, I don't know, like maybe there's some other issues that are popping up, don't hesitate. Go to themanzone.com. That's themanzone.com and get your testosterone check today. Again, themanzone.com. Coming up, bottom of the barrel. Also, we got Strike Force tickets in 2 minutes. Big Rich, TD and Fletch, we got those San Diego Strike Force tickets. So if you're looking to win those, just a few minutes away, we're going to tell you exactly what time to call in. So stick around for that. Also, bottom of the barrel. And I'm going to read just 2 quotes from a Hollywood producer to kick off bottom of the barrel here. Sydney Sweeney is, quote, isn't pretty and, quote, can't act.
Wrong.
Wrong.
False. In fact, we got a text earlier in the show that says my preferred way of eating peanut butter is off of Sydney Sweeney.
Wow. Yeah, so apparently a top Hollywood producer, Carol Baum, has a hit out on actress Sydney Sweeney following the release of her blockbuster film Anyone But You. Baum, whose work includes Father of the Bride and Shining Through, said the 2-time Emmy-nominated actress, quote unquote, cannot act during a discussion with the screening of her 1988 film Dead Ringers.
Jealous.
So she said she's not pretty. She can't act.
Jealous.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't get Sydney Sweeney. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Jealous.
Yeah, no doubt.
Rotten hell.
Right?
Rotten hell. She's not even dead.
Well, when you get there.
Let me see. The film produced, referred to, blah, blah, blah.
Father of the Bride, by the way, like from like 1988.
Yeah.
Steve Martin?
Yeah, I mean, I
Good movie.
actually like the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. I wanted
Shining
to
Through,
know
I have no idea what that is.
who she is and why everyone's talking about her. Baum reportedly told the audience, calling the film unwatchable. Jesus.
Wow.
I'll give it a watch. I would like to watch it.
I think I am too. I think I'm going to watch that movie.
There's a picture of Sydney Sweeney here dressed up like she's going to Disneyland. She has a Mickey Mouse shirt on. She has ears on. Fletch, does that make you want to go to Disneyland?
What? Sorry, I was reading a text.
It's fine. Was it from your wife saying you better not go to Disneyland with Sydney Sweeney?
So I guess this producer now, she has an acting class, or maybe she's a college. Oh, here it goes. She is a professor for a class at USC. She said, I said to my class, explain this girl to me. She's not pretty. She can't act. Why is she so hot? And then she said, nobody had an answer.
Yeah.
So she works at the
class.
USC School of Cinematic Arts. I mean, okay,
TD,
listen.
get her on the show.
Yep. I'll do it.
dude. First of all, she is smoking hot.
Dear Carol Baum, we would like to explain to you why Sydney Sweeney. It doesn't matter if she can act.
Listen, she is distractingly beautiful.
She's also a pretty good actress.
She's exactly what she needs to be,
in
right?
the show Euphoria, like she has some pretty emotional scenes. It's powerful, and I think she does a good job. And also hot.
I was warned not to watch that with a teenage daughter.
It's a good call.
I mean, because I not watch it with my teenage daughter, but because I have a teenage daughter.
That show makes it seem like every teenage daughter you could possibly have is addicted to heroin, pills, and having so much sex.
Just like tons. Yeah.
And none of the girls who are in that show who are playing high schoolers are younger than 25 years old.
Yeah, but it was like 90210. Remember the woman who like ran the paper? She was like 40.
Oh, really?
She's super old. Well, not that 40 is super old. I'm just saying for 90210 to be in high school.
Yeah.
Right.
She also had this quote. This is so crazy. She goes, "We all wanted to get the movie made, and whoever walks in to green light it, nobody I know," she said, "your job is to get the movie made." So she would take on a project if Sweeney starred in it. I don't understand this lady. She was like, she can't act, she isn't pretty, but if she was starring in my movie, I would go ahead and I would greenlight it.
Here's what I'd like to do for thank yous. Thank you to Sydney Sweeney's mom and dad for bringing her into this world.
Yeah.
And thank you to her mom for talking her out of getting a boob reduction, because that was on the table.
Yeah.
Also, we have a ticket giveaway. Also, thank you, Kevin AC. Also, thank you, Rich. Thank you, TD. Thank you to all the texters, the roadies, the dogs, the hangers, the bangers, the talkbackers. We love y'all.
Yep. Call number 5 right now. You're going to get Strike Force tickets. 877-767-4760. Colin Coward and the Herd is next.
By the way, look up Sydney Sweeney's mom.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We'll see you tomorrow.